Let's get it. It's a fine, wonderful day for more PUBG Mobile action here at the PUBG Mobile Club Open Spring Split Wildcard 2021. There you go. I nailed it. I nailed the name of the event. Finally, it took a while. And joining me, as usual, is going to be ClashBot47, someone who doesn't mess up as badly as I do. Clash, how are you feeling today? Day 2 of the playoffs. Are you excited? Do I even have to ask you that question?
I don't think so, because I'm always excited. Yeah, I'm feeling good, but this is day 2 of regional finals, and it's a few of the teams. It was not good. It was a bad start for a couple of teams, but I hope they're gonna cover those, missing points from day 1 onwards. So I'm very much excited. I'm sure everybody is.
Hopefully. Again, just reminding our viewers here, right? It is 32 teams to 16, and now from the 16, we're only going to have 2 who's going to qualify to the next stage. Let's find what these teams are playing for. Apart from those 2 spots, we have the prize pool right there for you, just shy of 30,000 United States dollars. Now, we've had a few teams who have unfortunately had to say goodbye to us. They go home with only $300 to their name individually, per team. However, you can see it's quite a bit of cash on the line here. Even if you don't get the top 2 placings, you can get 1900, 1600, 1450, and it keeps on going down the further down you go in the rankings. However, let's talk also about very quickly the points as to how these teams have been accumulating the points. If you're new to the game, if you're new to the tournament, if you're new to what you're going to be watching here today, you get the chicken dinner, you get 15 points. Second, 12 points. Third place, 10, 8, 6, and so on. If you get from 8 to the 12th, you only get 1 point, and below that 0. Kill points matter here.
A lot. Kill point. It seems just 1 point, but that's going to make a huge difference.
Indeed, and we can talk a bit about the teams as well coming up. The teams are going to be playing the usual suspects: APES Incorporated, Astra Academy, with a double chicken dinner yesterday. We can talk about Astra and APES a little on later down the line, but any other teams who stood out for you yesterday when it comes to the performances? Could be bad or good, Clash.
KTM Rage and Nightmare, I feel really bad for them. That was not the start. I believe no teams wants to start like they did, because 1 single-digit points by the end of the day, that is something nobody wants to have. And I believe they will change their strategy. They will have something new today and climb up in the leaderboard so that they can give some, some challenge to whoever is on top of the leaderboard so far.
Whoever is on top of the leaderboards, we can find out who's on top of the leaderboards. We can take a look at the overall rankings as it stands. And Astra Academy, well, they seem to be looking to get that one of those 2 spots available up for grabs. 78 points, a lead of 22 over the second place team, who are PeaklySeven, who, despite not getting too many kills, have been very consistent with their placings. ReaperX, who got 1 chicken dinner as well for themselves, are in the 3rd position. NAIKON in the 4th with 42. APES Incorporated, they had 3 comparatively high fragging games earlier. I think they had like 8 kills in the first 3 games each, but they weren't able to really get those placement points, Clash, which is why they find themselves languishing in the 5th position. 6th is Victor Gaming, Epic Gaming the 7th, and GozzaEsports in the 8th place here. If you would recap yesterday's action in just a couple of lines, what would you say?
Well, it was pretty good for Astra Academy. They found that perfect balance that I was talking about, kill points and placement points and everything. But APES, they've been going aggressive, like they played in the group stages, but they should be more focused on those placement points as well, because look at that, they're in the 5th place right now. They killed, but not enough placement points. And that's something we should be taking care of. Those consistency is the key here for the finals.
It is indeed the key here, and we do have some teams over here, some teams who we thought would perform much better when it comes to the playoffs, Pain Gaming being one of them. They were looking really good during the group stage. Unity as well, a team who have looked fantastic, but right now they are languishing in the second half of the table. KTM Rage, they only had 0 points to show for at the end of game number 3 yesterday. They did, however, manage to accrue just 3 more points. I don't know if that's going to be enough. We still have 3 more days of action remaining, and to take you through the schedule here, we do have Erangel to start things off. Nothing changing from day 1 of the group stage. It's going to be Erangel, it's going to be Sanhok, it's going to be Miramar, and it's going to be Erangel to close things out. Considering it is spring and it's getting warm, we won't be seeing any Vikendi action at all, at least for the foreseeable future. Hopefully we can see that map coming back. I personally have seen some pretty cool games on Vikendi. I don't know why people don't like it though. But then again, I'm not a professional player, Clash. Why don't people like it? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
No, I never liked it. It's good to play, sometimes, but I don't want to go Vikendi every single time like we do in Erangel, Sanhok, and Miramar. Vikendi, it's way too open for me. Way too open. We can't simply roam around the map. We have to have the vehicle compound movement and everything. So that's the reason I don't like Vikendi. And
Fair enough.
I believe everybody's favorite is Erangel.
I mean,
That's a classic map.
Yeah, it is the original. And you know what? We're not going to be wasting any time. We're going to be jumping straight on into the first game here of Day 2 of the PMCO Spring Split Wildcard 2021. It is, of course, going to be, as Clash mentioned, everyone's favorite. It is going to be starting off on Erangel. And the playing path, a little bit different from what we've seen so far. It's going to be flying smack between Kameshki and Lipovka, flying straight over Yasnaya, and heading towards Hospital. Meaning the military island is a bit of a distance away, but one thing we know is Astra Academy, Clash. Not only have they looked fantastic so far, they've been consistent, like you said, perfectly balanced as all things should be, with their kill points and placement points. 39 points for kills, 39 placement points as well. And one thing we know about them is when it comes to this map, they love their Novo, and doesn't matter what the plane path is, they're going to be heading straight for Novo Ripnoi.
Yes, of course, and I believe so is going to happen here for the ReaperX as well, because they want to go to the military base as well. Astra Academy, they've shown us, like you said, they've shown us some consistent gameplay in the day 1, but remember, we still have 12 more games left, right? 12 more games, so anything can happen here. I want to see teams, compete more for that top 2 position rather than, one goes way up higher. And I don't want to see battle for second place. I want to see battle for first and second place itself. And as usual, we're going to be seeing the same circle, same first circle
as yesterday, right? It is interesting how the circles have been cutting through the military island time and time again. Payne taking a couple of pot shots towards Off Topic, who will manage to cross the bridge in the nick of time. A bit of a difference in the circle compared to yesterday would be that it is a little bit more central, I feel. At least when I'm not talking about like it laterally. I don't know what my maths, how my maths goes. Yeah, there we go. It's yesterday it was more towards the left-hand side of the map, right? Nova was not in it, and this time around we do have it kind of equal. It's cut through military base. It's cut through Nova Ripnoi as well. Quite a lot of the map in the safe zone. And speaking of Novo, I don't see our dear friends in 2A heading towards Nova Ripnoi. That's interesting. Oh, they are. I can see them in the vehicles. Yes, they are. Of course they are. I can see them crossing the bridge right now. Of course, it was a little too far away from there for them to drop. So instead, they drop a little bit earlier and then get their hands on some vehicles as they will slowly move on down towards Novo. And considering the way the circle's playing out, I guess it's a fair call. It looked like it was a close call as well. Action taking quite a bit of damage, but looks like all members of 2A will manage to head on towards their hometown pretty comfortably at the end.
Yeah, and the only we can see a couple of changes here in the first drop, first drop here in the Erangel as well. W2C and Payne Gaming, they've completely changed their drop location. What is going on, Reaper? I think he wanted to find a vehicle to go to the military. He's lost. What's going on here? He's lost.
Maybe he's just enjoying a merry stroll through the fields. I sometimes like doing that, just walking around in the fields. Usually wind up being lost. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe it's his way of de-stressing. Maybe it's his way of, not being too worried. He's got someone nearby, though. Both of them enjoying the fields. Although Scream doesn't have a single weapon, so he wants to really make a run for it. And he's heading towards where his teammate is, Warzone. Victor Gaming, they got a chicken dinner yesterday. I feel like it was a very up and down day for them. Like, they had a really good game. They had a game where it wasn't that great. I think they got like 2 or 3 points. And then they had games where it was kind of like nothing too crazy, They had a few points here and there, some 3 or 4 placement points, 3 or 4 kills. So they'll be looking to be a little bit more consistent today. For APES, you mentioned it earlier as well. They are the most aggressive team in the game, right? And when it comes to just pure high fragging output, they are the best team when it comes to pure fragging capability. But as you pointed out, they seem to struggle when it comes to finding the right balance between playing a little bit more safe, trying to make sure they get some placement points, and being aggressive. They seem to be tilting way more towards just pure raw aggression, which I enjoy, but you clearly don't, Clash.
It's good to see fights, but this is finals. They need to get those points. So placement points, it matters. Trust me. 15 points if you manage to get the chicken dinner itself. That's a huge point to climb up in the leaderboard. And as I was talking about Team Pain, I don't know. I feel really bad for Team Pain because they were the team who got qualified for the finals with, I guess, 8 games, if you remember, 140 in the group stage. So yeah, they are currently down below, somewhere around 15th or 13th place. So they've changed their strategy. It seems they've changed their strategy today. They went all the way to near the Rozak yesterday, right? But now they're here in the George Pool apartment. Those containers, they're looting those things. Maybe they know they have to push it a little more and they have to change, they have to come out from their comfort zone and loot some new buildings, get some good loot, and, find a proper spot for them to get the chicken dinner itself. Maybe that's what they are thinking. And yeah, it looks good for Team Pain Gaming so far. And as you say, Team Apes, they've been killing a lot. They've been really, really aggressive, but that consistency is missing.
And this is
what I mean?
Yeah, and this is something they like doing, right? One thing they've been very consistent is they loot Pachinki very, very quickly, and once it's like the 5-minute mark, they head over towards this little bit of a hill, right, where they try and set up camp. But VG seem to be ready. This could be a counterplay coming in here. VG are lying in wait, and Sancho is going to be completely unaware. He's going to be completely unaware. I mean, look at the mini map. They can pretty much touch each other, and Sancho's done for. And he's got a mini.
He's done for.
He's done for. VG Scream just creeping around. And this is incredibly well done targeting, if you ask me, from VG. They're lying in wait. They know Apes like taking this hill. They know Apes like playing from this position. And Sancho should be careful here. If it gets taken down a little too early, there's no possibility of a trade. Sancho's done. He's down. He's down for the count. And that is Apes being a little too... I don't want to use the word, but a little too overconfident. They have been telegraphing the fact that they like coming here. They have been very, very obvious with where they like to drop towards and where they want to head towards after they go for the loot. And it looks like VG are aware of it, and they will be punishing Apes for that. Apes, though, one thing we know about them, they're not going to take this lying down. They're going to look to take the fight to VG. And VG, I love it, though. I love that they're taking the fight to the strongest team when it comes to pure firepower. That's it's a ballsy play.
Of course. And VZ, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they were hoping for every single player from Team Apes to be here in this open hill, but no. Unfortunately, they only got 3 players from Team Apes will be looking... They will be a little far away from here. And okay, is that buggy from Sanchir? I believe so.
Yep, it was.
Oh, yeah. Apes, there's nothing they can do right now. 3 players down. They cannot risk. They've been what I think is they've been aggressive. They played aggressive in the group stages just because they had that upper hand, right? They had a beautiful initial start in the group stages. Nothing to too much worry about those qualification for the finals and all. So that's why they went all out. They were so aggressive. But here in the finals, the first day was not as we expected. So I think they will find a little balance from the next game onwards. They lost 1 player, really bad for the team who is here in the finals. And as you can see, Circle, okay, Reaper, I don't know what they were doing. They just wanted to go to the military island? Probably, yeah. But Astra Academy still chilling out in the which is good, but this is definitely not looking good. Pain. Damage has been taken down. Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like both VG and Apes Incorporated have been a little too careless, I feel, early on. Like, the spacing has been off, right? Like, you have some of these teammates who are a little bit ahead of the rest of the pack, which is fair, right? You want to send someone on a recon mission, perhaps, at times. And taking a look at the circle here, it's not going to be the Southern Circle we saw yesterday, where it was everyone just swimming against bullets. Instead, it's going to be a much more comfortable circle for a majority of these teams. As Pain Gaming looking to take the fight. It's Pain with his firepower. We've seen this fight break out multiple times, and Rambo's come pushing in. And Vino, well, Vino Zemo, Night. In fact, did he just nade himself?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Going down
he
in
did.
style. Going down in style. I like that. He's like, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to take you down with me. Unfortunately, he just takes himself down, which isn't what he probably planned for. So early casualties for all these teams, right? We've seen 3 players die, and each of them were from different teams. So nothing too crazy, though. No team wipes yet, although Mondo, he is sweating bullets right now. He is sweating bullets because he's all alone and he's immediately going to evacuate the premises. And he's like, yeah, nope, I'm getting the hell out of there. You can have the building. And Jox999's like, wait, what was that? I need to chase him down. But instead, he's going to nicely park up. 10 points for parking. 10 points for parking. Well done. Most guys just ram the vehicle into the side of the house, and he's going to carefully... You saw the way he did that? That's a better driver than most people I see in the streets around here.
Because they don't, it seems he doesn't want to damage the car.
And it's a nice car. It's a nice red Mustang-looking Dacia. Meantime, VG, well, they're struggling here. I mean,
they got a couple of kills, but no, Team NAIKON, they will be taking those 2 kills from Team Vengeance, Victor Gaming, by the way. And another shot, beautifully done by Gozza, knocks down beautifully with the AUZ there. PeaklySeven, however, that could be, I think they were just trying to rotate, and he was just caught off guard. It looks like Victor Gaming is pretty much done for. 5 power, however, still looking good, and everybody's all, they're just trying to gather up because they know the fight is about to begin anytime soon. Pain, we can see the team somewhere around the northern side of the play zone here. Victor Gaming, the only team who got eliminated with 2 points so far here in the game. PeaklySeven, still here in the ruins. Beautiful cover. He's got some good cover, but the only disadvantage for him is he's all alone. If somebody finds him out, he's going to have to bounce off as quickly as he can, and that is something he has to do if trouble follows him.
Well, trouble could indeed follow him, and you can see a lot of these players, as we pointed out, as we noticed earlier, have lost a member here and there. But VG, man, that does suck for them. A team taking the fight to Apes early on, out playing Apes there to get the opening kill, and then the universe punishes them. Everyone else just groups up on them. It's so sad. But for Astra Academy, they have all 4 players very much alive and kicking, and they're going to be happy that Apes do have that 1-player handicap. They're down to just 3 members, and they're taking pot shots towards Nightmare. Nightmare, a team who they were kind of the middle of the pack during the group stage, right? They didn't really crazily impress us, but they've had a couple of good games here and there. Very solid team overall. But so far, it has been a very quiet playoffs for them as we enter day number 2.
Yeah, Nightmare, they are the team who mostly relied on those placement points rather than killing in the group stages. So I think they are still hoping to get those, placement points rather than killing here in the finals as well. But as I said, it's not going to be enough. You have to find that perfect balance. You have to kill, you have to be safe enough, and also get those chicken dinners if you want to win the top 2 position here, since these 2 top positions are going to be selected for the next regional stage. And yeah, that's okay. What are they doing? Are they playing? What?
Hell yeah!
Those
Bumper
are 2
cars.
different teams, aren't they?
Wait. Those are 2 different. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
What? I thought. Wait, why are they playing bumper cars? Why didn't anyone get down to shoot their opponents?
It's because, every single players, they have one single vehicle for themselves. There is nobody to shoot at.
I know. So it's like they're driving amongst each other. Scooby, are they going to shoot? Scooby or Boo could shoot. Well, someone's going to start shooting. It's going to be Chaser, and he is going to, well, he doesn't quite get the knock, but he deals quite a bit of damage. Oh, they need to make him move faster. He needs to accelerate Blake. He knew he need to put that pedal to the metal, and looks like he will. This is just a very, very, very worrying thing. Boo taking a ton of damage. That vehicle is smoking. So for 5 power, can they get back in that UAZ? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they should. It's too risky right now. And they are in the circle, mind you.
Of course, they shouldn't. They are actually at the dead center right now of the circle, and that sack is the only hope for them right now, because UAZ is pretty much done for. If they step out from that sack, they're going to be taken out so easily. So many, so much of open space around them, so they should be careful on that one. But I was talking, and I was very much concerned that nobody was there on the western side. Meanwhile, we have looks like Team PeaklySeven. They found a player from Team 10 Shade. Oh, he prone. Nope.
Well, he was prone, but yeah, that's gonna be it. Nate should. Well, does deal a little bit of damage. I don't think Falcon can stay alive. He's got his teammates nearby, and that's not his teammates. Never mind. That's PeaklySeven. 10 Shade are nowhere in the vicinity, and flying from NAIKON on a bit of a streak clash. He's got 3 kills, and PeaklySeven. We've said how consistent they can be when it comes to the placements, but it looks like they're going to be trying to bolster their points with a few kill points here, as a battle will break out. Astra Academy looking to take the fight to their opponents, as we do see Hustler with the Car 98 getting knocked left, right, and center. We can switch over to the POV later on. Right now, you can take a look at the minimap on the top right corner of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. It is a cluster of teams, 4 teams, very close by, exchanging bullets. And Epic Gaming are coming under heavy fire from Astra Academy from on top of the building. And Astra's just going to start taking shots everywhere. The problem is the next circle is heavily favoring Pain, NAIKON, and WTC. And the rest of them, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams have to make a move. That is not looking good at all for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, Force not looking good, and I think a couple of teams they're already on their move. They're slowly entering the circle, which is good at the moment. But it looks good to see WC KTM to play a little safer game, because they started from somewhere around the northern side of the map, and now they have rotated all the way towards the southwestern side. And Team 10 Shade could be engaging with Team WC KTM down here. But meanwhile, Team Pain Gaming they are at the dead center of the map. They have to take control of that open field as well, because lots of teams from around that field will be a troublesome opponent for them. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Team Astra Academy. They found Team Pain Gaming. A player is knocked down. They should be really careful not to engage in any kind of battle.
I don't know how Rambo's still alive. He somehow has dodged all the bullets. He is gonna even be able to get the res on. Top with that Car 98, he does manage to get a drop onto another player. In Astra Academy, inside of the circle, and Rambo's running straight away. Smoke will be deployed, and somehow Pain have managed to escape here, which is quite good. And NAIKON, Mufasa, in the meantime, is going to get a finish on one of the fallen players. We have suffered quite a few casualties, but apart from the one team that is VG got eliminated, no team has yet to kind of been knocked out of the server. 10 Shades over here. There we go. The teammate got killed earlier on. They weren't able to trade, but all 3 players are together. APES, though, with 0 kills. That is a very, very quiet game for the side of APES, and they've lost a player as well, which is very uncharacteristic for this team. And I say they haven't got a kill, and White's going to get a knock. And what's he going to do is the question. He's going to drive on in, joining the rest of his team. Look at Unity. They're getting mowed down as Kanik and Hustler are teaming up together to just completely take down multiple teams. Unity down to just a couple of members standing at the moment. And APES, they are just at the edge of the circle. They're going to play the edge here. Struggle, in the meantime, finding Mufasa from NAIKON. Drop will take place. Domi gets one as well, flying with a nade. Almost finds Nasty from Gozza, who are now kind of stuck in a rough spot. They do have the zone working for them, but they're kind of pinned down in the periphery, and the circle will eventually shrink further. The question is, how are they going to push in ahead? It's not going to be that easy, especially with flying, just gatekeeping them, and Gozza need to plan something out. But Struggle will be dropped by 9 as White will finish off No Mercy, and I do believe that is 3 kills for APES out of nowhere, and the APES, well, they've started to sing the Song of Death.
Of course, Team Gozza, however, they have to leave that place at once. Use a couple of smoke. You have a Dacia. Just rotate towards the western side of the map. That's all you have to do. Because if you try to go straight onto the play zone, that's not going to happen. You have to go a little outside the blue, take some damage. But it seems they're not ready to leave this place right away. The circle is going to determine where they should be going next. And, of course, they have to leave that place, which isn't safe enough. APES, however, they have 3 players down here. 2 or 3 teams around them as well. Nazi down on his knees. There is a Molotov for Nazi. You know, this is going to be an open field battle. There is one single compound which has been taken by Team Pain already. And, you know, these teams, lots of teams around the northeastern side of the map, they are slowly moving towards that compound as well. So it seems Team Pain Gaming are going to be in a huge trouble as well. Meanwhile, we have that's what I'm talking about. No, Astra Academy, they knew there was going to be some teams down here. Pain, they have to take the fight. And, okay.
Well, there we go. Pain, well, they're coming under a lot of fire here. Astra Academy looking to take the fight. Blake is going to get taken down. Scry with a very, very brave peek there. And he's still very low. He's still trying to glance some jumping shots here. And he will finally fall. Then Molotov dealing a lot of damage. A perfectly placed Molotov from Doggy. Look at that. 2 down. And Doggy's going to push in to try and finish them off. Is he? No. They're trying to find Top. And Top is going to fall. And Pain have done it. Astra Academy will be knocked out. Pain keeping all 4 alive. And 2A, they bit off a little bit more than they could chew. And with that, Astra Academy will be knocked out in the 14th place. What a hold coming in from Doggy and Pain Gaming.
That was so good holding by Team Pain Gaming in that compound. You know, these teams, they knew there is only one single compound in that building, that play zone, and Astra Academy, that was a rush move. They tried their best, but Pain, they held it really perfectly. Meanwhile, Team APES, they are here in the warehouse. They must have found NAIKON on the open field. This is going to be huge trouble for whoever is outside that open field. It's going to be huge trouble for them to pick up fight with these teams inside these buildings.
I love what White's doing here, right? Using the elevated position to try and spot the couple of players out towards NAIKON who are just creeping on around. Kanik has been dropped, so they need to make a decision whether to go for the rest. So Kanik is out in the open. He's taking quite a bit of... Well, he's bleeding out, basically. And smoke's being deployed. He has deployed a bit of smoke, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think that he should go for the res unless Kanik makes his way towards the smoke. Nades exploding as well. Pain seems to be aware of Kanik's position, but it looks like he might get the res right in the nick of time. And Kanik will stay alive, at least for the time being, for the side of Team APES.
Yeah, look at that team Reaper. They're so careful. Kanik, I think he's pretty much done for, but Hustler is still here with the car 98, 8x scope with him, really good. Just trying to make sure nobody enters from the northern side of that play zone. Just trying to make sure he gets that kill, and beautiful spray coming in from Hustler.
Yeah, they are flying, still dealing quite a lot of damage, flying on a rampage. And gotta say for NAIKON, they've been looking fantastic so far this game, right? They have lost a number of players here, but they still are getting frags. NepalEsports will be eliminated. Again, a very quiet game for them. You know, getting eliminated in the 9th position, meaning they just get 1 placement point, which is just not going to be enough, considering they also had just 1 kill to their name. Kanik surviving, mind you. He crawled his way to the warehouse there, Clash, and he will be res, and he will finally heal himself. So APES are looking strong right now. They're in the zone. They are in this warehouse, which is providing a bit of cover. They have the crosshairs trained on NAIKON's position, where they know for sure there are a couple of players behind those hay bales. And NAIKON out in the open, they need to make a move. And once the circle comes on in, it's going to be killing field here. NAIKON's got to make a move, and the neighbors, that is P7, are not looking that healthy either. Doggy's going to find one, and P7 and NAIKON, they are in a very rough spot. They're trying to cross these fields, but it's a killing field. Like I said, there is no cover, and I believe they're almost out of their smokes as well. So this looks like it for P7 and NAIKON, unless they pull off something truly miraculous.
Of course, and the blue circle is also going to give them a lot more damage. P7, however, I thought they were going to rotate to the right so that they could, you know, stay alive in the game. It looks like one of the players is still inside the circle, which is good. But the rest of the teammates, it's going to be really hard for them. NAIKON, however, Chaser, I believe he's the only player, and okay, he falls down as well in that open field. Now, basically, we are down to 20 players, 7 teams in total, and looks like Team Reaper are going to engage in a battle with Team 10 Shade. Is that an elimination? Yeah, that is.
That is an elimination indeed. Just the one kill, and Apes, they are on a rampage right now. Kanik is gonna knock a couple more players down. WCK, they need a few kills. They need to try and stay alive. They did such a good job navigating the way into the safe zone, but right now they're facing off against the Apes, and Kanik looking to finish off the job. Indeed, he will. 720 FTW is no more. P7, is that a final member? No, they still have one more alive. They still have one more player who's managed to snake his way towards safety, but the circle shrinking in further, and Blake with a brilliant nade. And finally, Apes coming under some fire. The second nade could be brutal. No, it's a little too shallow to deal much damage here. But Pain, 9 kills to the name, as Reaper will be knocked out, taken down as well. Pain and Apes, it's a 4v3 between these two teams for this compound, but don't forget, there are still a few teams very much still alive. Apes on 11 points, Pain Gaming on 9, WayToConqueror, PeaklySeven, and WC KTM Rage still in the running. However, PeaklySeven and WC KTM Rage have just one player left alive, and Sneak, for how much longer can he sneak his way around here in the grass? Because eventually the circle's going to collapse on itself, and he is going to be out in the blue, and he will have to make a run for it. I guess he's just hoping for a firefight to break out so he can try and use that to his advantage. Another knock comes in, and Pain, they're going in for the kill.
Of course, they know they have to clear their warehouse as well, and I think they have to go right now, because the circle is about to close in about 20 more seconds, and that's not going to be enough for them to leave these compounds just with the enemies behind them.
Asla.
Nope.
That's a scary nade. That's a scary nade. And the push comes on in. The push comes on in, and White, well, he's able to get the knock somehow, and Saxy, what can he do? He's going off against two players from Apes, and it's going to be Hustler and White. And Hustler, he is providing some covering fire for White. White's going to have time to heal himself. Molotov comes on in. Apes going to push in together, and they're going to try and pincer him. And Hustler, he gets knocked down, though. But White's there for the trade, and he's there for the finish. And Apes, they hold on. They hold on against the push, and they will knock Pain Gaming out of the server. 10 kills to the name. Hustler still alive. The res is going to come on in as WTC. They still have 3 players in the running here. Barely, though. Player knocked on down, and the player barely alive in a sliver of health, and the circle will come on in. Apes, they need to heal real quickly, and they need to make a move and sneak. He's been sticking around behind that hay bale for what seems like forever, but he'll finally deploy a few smokes, and everyone's going to know where his position is. But WTC, out of nowhere, they have a real chance of getting this chicken dinner. It's a 2v2v1. A Sneak will finish off Lion, helping out Apes here. So Kamikaze and Opti against Sneaks, against Hustler, and the Grim Reaper of Erangel, White, on 9 kills.
That is simply amazing. They knew they had to take that fight. They've done that really beautifully, taking down Team Pain. That was simply amazing. Hustler, wow, what a game that really was. But now we are down to 3 teams. Sneak, still alive in the game. Everybody, I think everybody knows where their opponents are, right? It's just that they cannot go out in that open field just like that. Come on. We know where you are. We're going to shoot you down. They can't do that. They have to be a little more strategic. It's way too open. Couple of smoke. That's what you can be helped with, but looks like the next circle is going to force these players to come a little bit more closer, and this could be end. This cycle could be end for these teams as well. So 2 players for Team W2C, 2 players for Team Apes, and 1 last member alive for Team PeaklySeven. I wonder how much longer he can sneak off in that hay bale.
Did he? I don't think he saw him. I don't think he saw him. I think he thought that he saw the player Kamikaze. Trying to spot a player out. Yeah, like you said, the circle is out in the open, and they have to make a play here. Taking a look at the... I don't think Hustler and White have any more energy drinks, or first aid kits to work with. Oh my god, the timing on that knock. The circle's going to shrink in right now. And White, does he have the time to go for the res? He does.
Well, he's trying. He's trying.
Yeah, he's trying to. You can see the blue zone slowly creeping in. They got time for the res. Nade's gonna come sailing on in. The nade is a little too shy though, and somehow White's gonna make a run for it out in the open, and he's still gonna get the knock at Kamikaze. What a madman! And he will go prone now. Opti will, however, finish off Hustler, and it's all on White. Smokes deployed, barely alive, and there we go. Opti. Incredible game sense to find the kill, and now it's a 1v1. It's a 1v1. It's Sneak and Opti, and Sneak knows exactly where Opti is, and Sneak, he steals away the chicken dinner. How does he do it? How the hell did he pull that one off? He was all alone, out in the blue. His odds were nothing. And he somehow steals it away from everyone. WTC battling it out with Apes. And out of nowhere, Sneak, living up to his name, he steals away the chicken dinner. 19 points for PeaklySeven. What a win. What a clutch coming in from Sneak there. He played that to absolute perfection.
Well, he was very, very patient. Nobody expected that. At least for me. Come on. He was the only player alive, right? He just stayed there behind the hay bale, and he was waiting for that perfect opportunity to take those players down. But yeah, well done, PeaklySeven.
Well, let's take a look at the MVP of the game, though. And I don't think it's going to be anyone from PeaklySeven. It has to be White with 10 kills. Jesus, what do you even say about this?
It's simply amazing. They lost one player, Sanchir, by the hands of Victor Gaming, I believe so. Maybe because they made the same rotation like they did in the previous games. But now they must have realized that they shouldn't be going at exactly, they shouldn't be playing exactly the same way they played in the previous Erangel. So I believe they will change. And top players, okay, it's
no one from PeaklySeven. I find it very interesting, right? They get a chicken dinner, but they don't have a single player in when it comes to the damage dealing department. We have White, we got Flying, we got Hustler, we got Rambo. Let's take a look at the match summary as well very quickly, where we see who dealt the most amount of damage and kills. Of course, it is going to be White from Apes Incorporated. Hershey from 10 Shade making an appearance with the longest distance kill, 317 meters. That's higher than average. Usually it's like the 200 meter mark. We got Saxy from Pain, 12,000 meters traveled, and Rambo from Pain with the maximum number of assists. Crazy game. I want to know where Apes is standing here, though, because even though they didn't get a chicken dinner, they get a top 3 placing with an incredible number of kills. So we can take a look at the match standings. Yeah, sorry, Clash, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the kill points are exactly identical to the chicken dinner.
So they didn't get the 15 placement points, but they got 15 kill points. So that kind of balances it out, I guess. 10 placement points for them. They're still first place in 25. PeaklySeven coming in second with the chicken dinner, something you rarely see, on 19. Very close to them are WTC on 18, Pain Gaming on 16, WC KTM Rage on 10, NAIKON on 8, ReaperX 6, 5 Power on 5. A lot of teams who have struggled so far yesterday, really stepping up here. 10 Shade, unfortunately, not being one of them. Astra Academy having a very uncharacteristically slow game here. Just 2 points, meaning that's an opportunity for a few of these teams who are in the second, third, fourth place to really climb up and start challenging Astra for the top spot here. But the woes of Nightmare continue. These playoffs continue to be a nightmare. But before we talk about it, looking at a damage graph, almost exactly tied between Apes and Pain Gaming, but Apes are going to come up on top there. A little unfortunate for NAIKON and for Pain, looking at the damage and looking at the number of kills they have, but it is that way sometimes. Look at Astra as well, Clash. 1,000 points of damage and just 2 kills.
Yeah, of course, and it's been pretty much a rough game for Team Astra Academy. Pain Gaming, they really was pain for Astra Academy there. They held that compound perfectly. Apes and Pain, however, that was, in that compound, there was something they had to do. They knew they had to take the fight. They knew there were players around them, and they tried their best, but was not simply enough.
It wasn't enough. Apes were just too strong, as we like to say. Let's take a look at the overall rankings now, however, as we do have Astra Academy still clinging on to the top spot, barely. PeaklySeven, because of Sneak's incredible play there. 49 placement points. They have more placement points than anyone else in the playoffs. 10 more than Astra Academy, who was second, and they only have 26 kills, but 75 points, 5 points separating them from Astra Academy. Apes Incorporated, they are climbing their way up that tree, third place right now, followed by ReaperX, NAIKON, and a little bit below is Victor Gaming, WayToConqueror. WTC, a much better performance from them here, catapulting them up to the top 8. Gozza in the 8th position. Again, reminding everyone, though, only 2 teams make their way through, so at the end of day 2, if you're still in the second half of the table over here, like we find ourselves with NepalEsports, Unity, 5 Power, 10 Shade, and Nightmare at the bottom there, I mean, I hate to say it, but their chances will start to look slimmer and slimmer the more games to play.
Yeah, that was really good game, good moment for Team W2C, because when they started, they were at the bottom, somewhere around 13th place. Now they are in the 7th place, which is good, and the team must be happy about that thing. And also Pain Gaming, that was really good game, and really good points for coming from the day second first game here in the Erangel. But we still have like 11 more matches to go. So, you know, we've seen how one single game can change everything here. So 11 games, wow. It's going to be chaotic in the end.
11 games, anything can happen. We're going to be finding out how or who or which team is going to be coming out on top next. That is, of course, going to be on Sanhok. So don't go anywhere. Action starting to heat up, definitely, and we're going to be jumping in straight into Sanhok, where it is going to get hot, heavy, and quite bloody indeed. My name is Blair, and joining me, as usual, is my long-suffering friend Clash, having to deal with me every single day. You have glorious locks of hair, Clash, and unfortunately, by the end of this, I feel like it's going to be thinning. You having to listen to me ramble on about everything under the sun. Take a look at the map, though. Take a look at how this one's going to be playing on out. It's going to cut the map, not really in half. It's going to be ending towards Lakawi. And considering it's Sanhok, I don't think drop locations are really any problem. But one thing we've noticed so far is there have been teams dropping into the same compound early in the game. Now, we saw this yesterday. It was day one, right? It was day one of the playoffs. Are we going to see more of the same here today? Or is it going to be like teams have kind of figured out where they want to be heading towards as we take a look at the circle? And it's a very safe playing path and a very safe circle overall for all these teams.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Sanhok here. Second game of the finals here in Sanhok. Second time, I believe so. And you know, we've seen these teams go in exactly the same place except WC KTM. Nobody were there towards the Camp Alpha yesterday, so I think they know where they should be going, and you know, they know the points, importance of the points and everything. But what is going on here? What? Okay, that's good. So as we were talking about the circle, you know, it was very much different. Yesterday it was really different because Camp Alpha was the target who nobody wants to go. That wasn't the target, to be honest. But now we have WC KTM who will be taking advantage of the Camp Alpha. So many loots for them. But NepalEsports looks like they are.
I'm sorry to cut you off there, but Apes, man, they seem pissed off. Like they're like, we deserve that chicken dinner. It got stolen from us. So they're off with a good start for themselves. They already have a kill. And again, reminding all the viewers, Apes lost a player at the very beginning of the game. They were a team who lost the first team to lose a player on Erangel, and looks like that kind of was a catalyst for them to really get triggered and just completely obliterate everyone in front of them, especially Y2 just was on a rampage. And right now, unfortunate for NepalEsports that the first team they face off against is Apes. And what is Iron doing on the eastern side of the island? Where the hell are Nepal? And you have Yugu all the way to Hathin. They've just split apart.
I think Iron got disconnected. I don't know. He just
yeah, but
he's been kicked out of the plane.
but even Yugu, right? Like he's all the way to Hathin while his teammates are right next to Apes. So that's maybe not a winning mentality or winning approach.
Maybe they were just trying to, you know, approach the map in a different way here, but it seems it's not going to work out the way they're thinking, because Apes, they took that advantage, they took those kills. However, we have Astra currently, who is at the top of the leaderboard and looking strong, not so far behind, with PeaklySeven in the second place, right? With 5 points difference. It's going to be a tough finals. It's going to be a tough one. So this is the bootcamp for Astra Academy. This is their usual irregular drop location for the team. They're going to take some time. And I don't think Team Apes going to join this compound really quickly here, because they tried to do that yesterday. They tried to sneak up onto that bootcamp's edge, you know, but Astra Academy, they were all lined up to take those kills. And I don't think Apes going to make that same mistake today.
Well, let's see if that's going to happen. For me, my eyes are on the center of the circle. Not the center of the circle, but you can see where Apes are. And you can see 2A right there, right? Like you know it's going to happen at one point. You know there's going to be a battle breaking out between these two teams. And we've seen it happen in the past. That one game, I think it was in Miramar, where it was Astra Academy versus Apes. And they had like 6 knocks, but no one died. And it just like opted to walk away from each other. They're like, yeah, it's fine. You guys carry on. We'll carry on. Because I got to say, like, okay, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, right? I believe each and every one of these teams deserve to be here in the playoffs. They've played their hearts out. They've had different approaches to the game. Like you have teams like APES who are bloodthirsty. You have teams like Astra Academy who are way more balanced in their approach. You have teams like PeaklySeven who rely heavily on placement points, like so on and so forth. You have all these teams with different approaches to how they're how they're playing the game. I'm gonna give a wild prediction that APES, it's not that wild actually, I think it's a safe prediction, but I feel APES Incorporated and Astra Academy are by far the two favorites to qualify. Do you agree? Or do you think PeaklySeven might play sport?
I agree, but PeaklySeven, we've seen how consistent they've been with the placement points, right? In the group stages as well. And here we've seen they've been really consistent with the placement points. And that's something Team APES are lacking so far. So if Team APES, if they keep losing their teammates way too early in the game, no matter how many kills they get, well, they will definitely not be in that top 2 position. However, PeaklySeven, they played really good game so far, not in terms of killing, but they have survived. It's a battle royale. You have to survive for the placement points and everything. And yeah, it could be three-way battle, but we cannot forget any other teams. They are good, right? These 16 teams, they are good. There could be some challenging teams out here for Team APES, Astra Academy, and Team PeaklySeven as well, because everybody's have they've their eyes on these teams. We know that.
They do, absolutely. They do, and that's one thing I feel like which separates champions from the rest, right? Like certain teams, they play it, way more safe, way more conservative. We saw the way Sneak won the chicken dinner in the previous game as well. And then we have certain teams like APES who just don't seem to give a damn, and they're like, "Yeah, we're here. Yep, we're here. Want to fight us? Come." Or if you're not going to come to us, we're going to come to you, buddy. And that seems to be this fighting mentality they seem to possess, which I personally enjoy. Circle is not going to be too drastic for any of these teams. We do see Ten Shade, who might have to go up against WTC on the western side of the safe zone, which could be a problem. Epic's going to be sneaking up from down south from Camp Charlie. Unity's moving on in further, so Epic's going to have a free path through. In the meantime, we do have a potential battle breaking out here. ReaperX, Exodia. He does have backup nearby, but he's running around. He's making quite a bit of noise, and Gozza are very much aware. And like a pack of snakes. I don't think snakes operate in packs, but I'm going to still say it anyway. Like a pack of snakes, they're slowly going to be lying in wait. The Rattler's calm, not really looking to strike, as Iron will be eliminated in the meantime. And you're right, it looks like he did get disconnected, which is just very, very unfortunate. NepalEsports just down to the one man here and one man away from being the first team to be eliminated. But yeah, this bit of a quite standoff, not even a standoff. Sad Boy is just being the point man, just looking and waiting for Exodia to make a mistake. And Exodia, he's not going to move further from that rocky outcrop, meaning this could be a bit of a standoff for at least for the next couple of minutes here until the circle shrinks in.
Yeah, Sad Boy, he's just trying to gather as much information as possible. Exodia as well, look at that. He knows, I think both of these players, they know there is somebody nearby, and they're just trying to bait those players out, because both of these teams, they have their backup teammates close to them. If the opponent makes a mistake, they simply are going to strike right away, and that is something they are planning right now. Also, Team Gozza, I don't know, this is just 8 minutes, 9 minutes in the game, and I don't know if they have proper number of loots in their backpack. Okay, we have a little bit of such patrol there. I think they're looking for the last member from Team NepalEsports, somewhere around the northern side, and that could be a problematic situation for Team NepalEsports. However, we are talking about the teams Gozza and Reaper. They are actually gathering information, and that's what they are doing, because their teammates are close by. If one falls, they have pretty much good backup to get some more kills. And WCKTM, I think they just missed the last remaining player from Team NepalEsports. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? I think they are the only team who lost a player. Actually, 3 players, right? Alan, he's the only player left.
With considering it's Sanhok and we're almost 10 minutes into the game, it's kind of crazy that not a single one of these teams have taken any damage or any casualties apart from NepalEsports, who, of course, as you pointed out, they've lost 3 players already. And Gozza and Reaper, this bit of standoff continues. You can see Apes in the background. Canik, Sanchir, Hustler jumping around, banging the chests. They're Apes, and this is their jungle, right? They should be feeling very comfortable here. They got vines, they got trees and stuff. So, speaking about it naturally, Apes should be they should be feeling way more at home in Sanhok, although they seem to enjoy Erangel as well. Unity are a team who haven't really shown up here in the playoffs. They look pretty darn good during the group stage though. But so far, 5power and Unity, 5power especially. I'm actually going to talk more about 5power here. They were a team who were able to take these duels against Pain Gaming and whatnot on day 1 of the group stage. They were looking really solid, high fragging team, and suddenly they seem to have fallen off, which is kind of unfortunate. Because I felt they were definitely a favorite to maybe crack the top 5, but they haven't even cracked the top 8 at the moment.
Yeah, and that is something we don't want, because this is day 2. Come on, you have to do something. Day 2, by the end of the day, they would have played half of the matches here. So whatever they have to do, they have to do it today, because from tomorrow onwards, I believe these teams will go, most of the teams, they will go passive, and there will be teams who will go really, YOLO type of gameplays from tomorrow on. So this is the day they have to pull this fight off and grab as many points as possible for the teams here. However, Team Unity, they started really good in the group stages, but here in the finals, it looks like they are not yet ready to go all out. Like you said, aggressiveness. I don't think they are ready to do that. 5power Scooby, he was the first member to be eliminated in yesterday's Sanhok, and I'm so glad he's still alive in the game, but it doesn't look like he is going to be there for too long.
Here we go. Finally, the lull in the action is no more. Bullets will fly, bodies will fall. As NAIKON taking the fight to 5power. In the meantime, Reaper have started battling off as well against their opponents there. Nades being thrown in by Vino. Unity in the meantime making quick work of Riley. And it's almost a 3-way fight. We got 10 Shade, we got WTC, we got Unity as well. In the distance, you can see over towards the hill as NAIKON looking to push up. NAIKON have looked great so far. I mean, comparatively pretty solid overall. Top 8 placing, flying, however, getting knocked on down. And Vino is doing a fantastic job just keeping them at bay, right? And Molotov comes on out. Timing is good. Vino tries to catch Chaser while he has that Molotov cooked in his hands. But oh, that is rough. Another nade coming on in. Are they going to go for the push now is the question. These nades are bullying NAIKON. Mufasa needs to get the res. The push coming on in. This is well done by 5power. Scooby coming in from just pushing on in, but the crossfire is good, and Chase is going to find a double. Can he find more is a question. It doesn't look like it. He's going to find another kill. No, he's not. And that is going to be NAIKON getting eliminated by Scooby and Vino as 5power overpower NAIKON. And that's an unfortunate end for them. But while that happens, 5power gets taken down as well. Wait, who got the final kill? Sanchir!
I think Sanchir.
out of the distance! He just needs 1 kill with a Car 98 and he steals away. Oh, 5power. That is so sad. They played it so well. I love the way they pushed on in Clash, but what can you do when there's a big ape standing on the hill? It's shooting at you.
Perfectly timed, Car 98, perfectly timed. They knew there were 2 players fighting in that building, and they took that advantage. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Simply amazing. That's what apes are capable of. Car 98, Sanchir, IZL, his support in IZL, I guess, from the team. Okay. So that's a really bold move. Really good move from Team Apes. And Team 5power, they tried their best, They were giving some trouble to the players from NAIKON from the other side of that road. Scooby was the one who were throwing those nades and Molotovs all around them. Really good push by 5power, but seems like Team Ape, they've ruined 5power's day here.
They have indeed ruined their day. That just sucks. He could have gone for the res, right? He could have gone for. Yeah. I don't think there was any kill yet. It was just like multiple knocks. He could have gone in for the res. They would have all been all 4 alive. But apes are like, yeah, no, not gonna happen there, buddy. Alan alone Yugu? Alone Yugu? Is that how you pronounce his name? Alone Alan?
Alan?
Is it Alan? It looks like an O.
Alan, yeah.
All right, Yugu.
Yeah,
Let's go with
still...
Yugu. Yugu is still very much alive and kicking, as we see P7. PeaklySeven currently placed third in the second, rather, in the overall rankings, if I'm not mistaken. Third, of course, being the Apes. And it has been a quiet map of Sanhok for them. They're going to come pushing on up. Nonstop is very, very, very lucky not to be knocked down there, but his teammate is not so lucky. Admiral from ReaperX getting the knock. They have a nice little compound to work with, and they are also still inside of the safe zone. ReaperX, they've been holding on to this compound for quite a while, and even though there was a knock early on, they have managed to recuperate, and we will be seeing the battle breaking out here. WC pushing up against VG. Benoris hiding behind a tree trunk. The two players look in his direction. The Molotov is going to make life a little bit rough for Jox999. He's towards the edge, and he hasn't been spotted out. If Benoris just peeks around the corner, that's a free knock for him. He should have a line of fire on Jox999, and he's not going to peek. Jox will have time to res himself. Sujin trying to be cheeky. Benoris is going to use that opportunity to make his escape, and he will do so in the nick of time to join the remainder of his teammates as this battle for this hill continues. Benoris and Scream have a lot of work to do, because Damage and Warzone, while they do kind of have a good angle on WCK, they're a distance away. So if a knock does take place, a res is going to be hard, as Sujin will be knocked down by Scream, and Scream going in for the kill. Sujin's trying to stay alive for as long as possible. His teammates are nowhere nearby, though, and his teammates trying the best to keep Scream at bay, and they're doing a pretty good job so far. Scream will have to pause for a second and heal himself. Benoris, meanwhile, trying to keep the teammates, the WCK's teammates at bay, but he will be knocked and taken down in return. Bullets still flying thick and fast. Another kill will go the way of Scream as he finds Jox as well, and things aren't looking so peachy at the moment for either of these two teams. It's a battle of attrition, but VG are going to come out on top.
That was so amazing by Team VG. You know, in terms of Sanhok, Team Victor Gaming, they feel more confident. They want to go out towards the enemy to pick the fight. That was really good. WCKTM, they tried their best. That heal is simply not the perfect place to hold on to. And looks like the last member from Team NepalEsports, he's been taken down as well. And now we're down to 12 teams, 41 players. The circle is shrinking. Lots of teams will be focusing towards that northeastern side. Look at that. Gozza, we have Nightmare, Reaper, and Victor Gaming will be joining soon as well.
Yeah, the really interesting thing I'm seeing here, if you look at all these teams, are that apart from the teams who've been eliminated, most of the teams, every one of the teams have at the minimum 3 players alive, right? So most of them are pretty healthy, but never mind. I say that and I jinx it. VG will lose another player, Victor Gaming, down to 2. As we're going to be switching perspectives to PeaklySeven. Casper. He knows there's a player near, but he knows. Yep. And he knows Damage is just waiting behind the rock. He can see where the blue is, and he realizes it's not a fight worth taking, right? Like, you push on in there, Damage is going to have the... He's going to have a third-person peek advantage. Oh, he's going... It's not worth it.
He doesn't know.
Casper? How? He doesn't know. That's a free kill. Oh, that's a mistake. That's a big mistake, and Damage is going to survive. Opti in the blue. Unity's not going to fight. He's going to push on in further. Opti rattling off every single bullet and the Tommy gun of his, and he's going to find V. Can he find more is the question. The blue is going to be dealing an insane amount of damage. So many players just crawling on around. And I don't think some of these reses are going to be able to take place in the nick of time here. Nightmare, look at how many players are on the floor, bleeding out in the open, and they're just going to be taken down by the blue. There's nothing that can be done. Arco will fall. Unity V will also be taken down by Opti, as Lackey is going to find Dexter from Nightmare Esports. And Nightmare are, well... They're living up to the name. They're just having a nightmare of a time here during the playoffs. Nothing's going their way. And ReaperX Sam, a player we have enjoyed watching so far, he's pushing on up. It's an uphill battle between ReaperX and Gozza. But the question is, the blue is, well, it's taking more players than the players themselves. Everyone's falling by the wayside. Another team will be knocked out. It's going to be Pain Gaming this time around, eliminated in the 11th place with only 2 kills to their name.
Yeah, that was a really good move by Gozza. He tried his best to get that kill. He didn't have any forensic in his backpack as well. That was a really bold move. But looks like Team Epic are going to be engaged here by Team Apes again. And also Team Epic, they're really close to Team Reaper. If they want to enter the cycle beautifully without any trouble, they have to clear Team Reaper from that play zone first. And Team Apes, they're not giving easy time, they're not giving an easy time to these players. The Apes are the only teams who are currently inside the play zone.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts, right? At all 4 players inside the play zone. They have a player who's been knocked down, but the rest should be coming on in. Epic Gaming. Circle pushing them. They need to make a move here. And there's a team right in front of them. This is going to be ReaperX. Sparsh getting found out. Quick trade does take place. Sam waiting for as long as possible before the blue. Oh, he's going to stand in the blue. He's not going to go on out. He's going to even use a bandage, not even using the first aid kit. He should use his first aid kit if he is feeling like playing inside of the blue. This is a dangerous game from Sam. And the nick of time is going to heal himself. Look at Domi and Sam. They're both in the blue. It's a battle of patience. It's a battle of who's got bigger balls of steel. And both of them neither budging. Domi, Sam, how much first aid kits do they have? They're using everything they have. It's just a battle of who can survive longer in the blue. And Domi, he's got 2 kits, while Sam has nothing. And Sam's got to go for the play. His zig and zagging. And Domi, he needs to heal himself. He can't take the fight right now, but that's his opportunity to strike. And he's going to finish it off. The game of patience. And Domi's going to come out on top. Epic Gaming will survive to fight another day. In the meantime, Apes are once more on a tear, once more on 9 kills. How did they do this? And in the span of a few seconds clash, we're down to the final 4 teams. 7 players alive. It's a 4v1v1. And Apes, well, I think they have this in the bag.
You know what? Ape's going to be really mad because they are the only team so far in the circle. Every other teams, nobody is
they're not
willing
getting
to
kills.
enter that. Yeah, nobody's willing to do that. They're just taking that blue damage. And look at the Apes. They're just searching for those players. Where are they? Come on, we need
They're
more
going to run
kills.
into the blue. I swear to God, they're going to run into the blue just to get the kills because they're the Apes. They don't care. Oh, my Lord. How have they done this?
That's the last first aid kit.
Yeah, that's it for Domi. Can he get a parting shot? The players are too far away for him, though. Pika from Astra Academy as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have... That's what I'm talking about. 19 first aid kit. Anyways, I don't think he's...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our winners here. It is going to be Apes Incorporated who will get a chicken dinner. They get 9 points. They're going to do a little bit of a dance as well. They know it's a 4v1. They know it's a 4-1 conclusion. 9 kill points, meaning they will get 24 points in total. And I do believe with that, they will be placed first. I don't think so. Not yet, though, because Astra Academy, they get 3 kills. They also get second position. That's 12 points, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's 15 points. That's going to help them extend their first position lead. Not by much, but still will be enough, I do believe. And Pika is just battling against time. Apes are just beating this chest, dancing, emoting, just having a merry old time. Look at them running around with the pans as well. Why just having a solo dance party over there? Kadek's the only one who's still serious. He's still running around with the gun. Sun's just like looking at the blue, and White's like, just gonna break out a dance here.
If somebody tries to sneak up on them, they are ready. While the members are having party inside that last
it's not gonna happen though. Pika is just delaying it, but I would love for him to go out in a blaze of glory. Just run out with his guns out and die to a hail of bullets. But doesn't look like it. It's gonna be perhaps the most anticlimactic end we've seen so far in the PMCO Spring Split Wildcard 2021. But the Apes cannot be denied, and they will finally. Yesterday they had 3 games where they got 8 kills, but they only got 1 or 2 placement points. The final game they didn't have a good time there. And then we have this. We have the today the first game where they had so many kills, but they were not able to get anything. And oh no, Pika, don't cry.
He knows.
He knows. Cry. Oh, that's such an unfortunate end for Pika. He stayed alive for as long as possible. It looks like finally they're gonna get their hands on some chicken dinner.
Wow, Apes. Oh, second place in overall ranking. That's good. 9 kills. I think they're short of kills there because nobody was willing to enter that place zone to fight with Apes, and they only had to rely with 9 kills and 8 chicken dinner. What if other teams enter that circle? They could have got some more kills, right?
They could
They're
have.
gonna be mad at it.
They will be a little annoyed with the way it played out. But let's take a look at the MVP here in the server. It's going to be another Ape. It's going to be Sanhok coming in there. 656 points of damage, 4 kills. I feel like it was a very spread kill feat for the side of Apes. Let's take a look at the top players. There we go. We got Canik on 3. We got V from Unity, got 4 kills there. Admiral from ReaperX as well, getting 3 kills to his name. A bit of a low fragging affair. We didn't see any one player in particular really popping off, but we did see a team in particular really popping up, which is of course Apes. Rambo traveling 8,500 meters and 3 assists for the side of Sparsh. Let's take a look at the match standings. That is what everyone has been waiting for, and I do believe, of course, Apes obviously going to be coming in first. Astra Academy coming in third, rather tied with Epic Gaming, who have had a much better showing than they've had so far in the playoffs. 10 Shade, 4th place, ReaperX, 9. PeaklySeven with just 8, but still, it's not too shabby at all. Unity and Victor Gaming closing out the top 8. And as we take a look at the second page, the second half of the standings, any particular teams who do stand out for you?
Well, I'd love to see, WayToConqueror. They've been playing a little, trying to play at least some kind of balanced game. It seems they're not up to the mark. They should be pulling out a little more. But Epic Gaming, for me, Domi, you remember, right? The Team Reapers, Admiral, and Adomi. That was the game of patience that we are talking about. They knew they had to make the move, but one who does that, does first is going to go down. And we have the damage graph here. Apes with the highest tower.
Yeah, it's they just like making their Empire State Building, right? They want to climb on top of that, enact a King Kong cosplay on top. And I'm at this point, I'm not even surprised. At this point, I'm only surprised when they don't have the highest tower or the second highest tower, right? It's just rough. Let's take a look now, very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, at the overall standings. That's what everyone's been waiting for. Astra Academy, they hold on to their peak position, 95 total points. Apes, though, they have a right top 2 spot, not secure, but they're there right now. 86 points to their name. They have the least amount of placement points in the top 3. PeaklySeven dropping down a notch, 83, not too shabby, just trailing by 3 points. ReaperX in the 4th, NAIKON 5th position, Victor Gaming, Epic Gaming, and WayToConqueror. Epic Gaming making their debut in the top 8 here of the overall rankings.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game for Team Epic Gaming as well. But Apes. They've done, I guess, the highest number of kills so far here in the finals.
By
placement points,
yeah,
it's not bad either. 38. I think they are slowly getting into the finals mood.
It's kind of crazy how there's not a single team who's got even 30 kills, and Apes are like at 48 and Astra Academy at 44. That's how dominant these two teams have been. And like I said earlier, they are the favorites right now. Pain Gaming haven't budged from the 10th spot. They're 10 Shade, jumping to the 11th. Then we have NepalEsports, 5 Power, KTM Rage, and at the bottom, their Nightmare, their woes continue. They're not having a good time. And I want to support my boys in Nightmare. I want them to have at least one good game, even though the chances of qualifying seem to be getting it dimmer and dimmer as the day progresses. But that's it for the overall rankings right now. As we reach halfway, we reach the halfway mark of day 2 of the PMCO Spring Split Wildcard 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to a very quick break, because coming up after the break, it is going to be Miramar. It got a little hot and heavy, a little sweaty there for a few of these teams on Sanhok, which is why we're going to be going to another map, which is also kind of going to be hot and sweaty, but maybe not so humid after all. It is going to be on the dry, deserted plains of Miramar, where we're going to be finding ourselves on. My name is Blair. Joining me as usual is going to be Clash. Clash, Apes, they come out on top. They're going to be jumping into Miramar. It's going to be more of the same because they seem to be just ready to get rearing and go from the get-go here in day number 2. They just seem to be looking to take everyone down and looking at the plane path starting all the way straight up north, right next to La Cobreria, is going to be heading on down south, passing over Los Leones, and just ending in the southern end of the map. So, what do you think is going to happen here?
Well, we've seen we played so far 6 games so far, right? So it looks like we're gonna be seeing the same thing like in the group stages. I don't want to be a bad mouth or something like that, but 6 games, Apes and Astra, they're in the top 2 position as well, and obviously they are fighting for that top 2 position, not just for the prize pool. So come on, whoever is down below, try hard, guys. Come on. You have to dethrone those 2 teams if you want to be qualified for the next regional stage. And meanwhile, this cycle is going to be beautiful here. I have a feeling the cycle is going to be beautiful.
You have a feeling that the circle is going to be beautiful. I like the I like how positive, how optimistic you are. But let's see if that is indeed going to be the case here. As we see a lot of these you can hear the parachutes opening up, and teams heading to the respective drop zones. Picado is going to be where Apes are going to be dropping towards. No surprises there. At a circle, it's not too bad. It's going to be a little bit more. Well, not just a little bit, quite a bit towards the east, towards the west, which means a lot of the teams who were looking to slowly head on down towards the eastern side of the map, maybe towards Impala, maybe towards Puerto Parayo, they might pause and reconsider where they're going to be heading towards. Nightmare don't seem to give a damn. They're still going to be heading towards Puerto Parayo. And here we have Gozza, that sad boy, and Reefus nearby. Reefus running around. Reefus not finding a single weapon, meaning he will have to leg it. And that's a long-range spray coming in from Lackey, and he almost gets a knock on the player from Unity. Is he going to go for the hunt, though? It's very, very early. And he could be. He's trying to cut them off. He could. If he gets a good line of sight, yes, he will. But it's going to be a little too late. The party van, not really meant for fast driving, especially across these sort of terrain.
Unity, that was so close for them. Look at that easy win. One more bullet, he could have been simply knocked down. And there's nothing his teammate could do there if he was knocked down. But luckily, he survived, and they're just having fun in the pickup truck so far. I'm kind of surprised, Play, because we've seen almost every team's going to their regular drop location here in the Miramar, but the only team who is messing up with their regular drop location is KTM Rage. As you can see, they dropped somewhere around the northern side yesterday, somewhere around water treatment yesterday, but now look at that, they're completely towards the southern side of the map. I think they want to, try some new strategy, which have been working. They must have been planning something like that. But this is the only team I'm kind of surprised to see with their drop location. They've been changing a lot. Erangel, they changed it. Sanhok, they changed their drop location. Miramar, again, they changed their drop location. That's a sign.
I'm okay with. I'm okay. Yeah. What's a sign of?
Yeah. That's a sign that they're ready. They're slowly picking up the pace. They want to grab that top 2 position in the finals, grab those placement points and all. Because yesterday it was very, very rough for KTM. As we saw that overall ranking, they ended up with 3 points by the end of 4 games. First day. So I don't think they want to end up that way today. So I think that's a good way, a good way, good thing that they've changed their drop location here in the day 2nd of the regional finals.
Well, let's see if that will really indeed pay any dividends, though. I can respect that. I actually like that. I actually like when teams try and be a little bit more unpredictable with their approach. A team who has been predictable with their placing so far in the playoffs has to be NepalEsports, your countrymen, Clash. That must hurt to see, right?
Of course, but it's a game, and it's a game. I wish I could support them full on, but
You can go
come
for
on.
it. You can go for it. I'll allow it. Do it. Like, it's okay. It's okay to have favorites. I mean, clearly, even though I'm not a Mongolian, I clearly favor apes because they're just so much fun to watch.
Yeah. Obviously, Astra, APES. We have 12 teams from Mongolia, 3 teams from Nepal, and I believe 1 team from India and Australia. That's mixed up nationality, I guess, for Team Reaper. So yeah, that's a 5 power again. I think they're gonna pick battle with Team NepalEsports here, somewhere around the Los Leones. That's I feel sad because only 3 teams from Nepal, and none of them are doing as good as the other players from Team Mongolia are doing. So yeah, it kind of feels sad. But anyways, let's not.
Well, I mean, I
whatever.
don't really have any teams to really support either, considering I don't really have teams from my part of the world playing here. But it's okay. For me, it's not about the nationalities. For me, it's about the teams who impress me, who excite me, right? And a couple of teams definitely have. We have PeaklySeven, we have Astra Academy, we got APES, and that nade almost finds Mondo. Very, very close indeed, but Promoter will be taken out by Boo. And then the push comes in, and Ashok is going to take the battle in the meantime, and Ashok not quite able to get the drop. And look at the way 5 power moving in together like a well-knit unit. Iron trying to be sneaky from outside. He's going to get a knock, though, but he will in turn be knocked on down by Vino. 2 players now crawling on the ground for NepalEsports. And they're not really going in for the reses quite yet. They're going to finish off the players. Their Promoter and Iron both will fall. And Ashok going to deploy a couple of smokes, and he's going to be playing on the edge on the periphery. Boo spots him out. No, he doesn't. Boo doesn't spot him out. But he doesn't take a shot. Yugu, being patient, he's going to come on inside, rappelling his way through the, vaulting his way into the window to help out his teammate. Ashok tossing in whatever utility I have. Molotovs being deployed. And Ashok trying to spot someone out. How long can he survive is the question. He's burning alive. This is not looking good. And the nade is going to finish off Yugu, and it's all on Ashok. He's still taking a lot of damage, and I do believe that should be it. They are going to be barbecued on that first floor. 5 power, methodically ripping apart NepalEsports limb from limb. And I just have to say, I hate to say it, but I feel like NepalEsports, they're a little out of the depths here. I just feel like they just aren't at the level of a lot of these teams playing here today.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful chance for NepalEsports and 5 power to grab those 4 points. However, 5 power took them all. And yeah, that was a good Molotov and everything. NepalEsports, they have to step up their game. Come on, they have to do something, because it's finals, day 2, 3rd match is done. There is not enough games left for any of these teams. So I wish you guys very best of luck. And also Team 5 Power, they must be really happy with those 4 kills. That was so well planned. They knew there was only 2 players on the 2nd floor, right? But they were not ready to go blindly rushing towards their enemy just like that. They just threw a couple of Molotovs, nade. That was a beautiful move by 5 Power, while eliminating NepalEsports. But Astra Academy, I think they're back in the game. A couple of players from Team Reaper down on their knees. I believe that's 2 or 3. Okay. Exodia is not going to make it. He's definitely not going to make it.
That's what you think. But I don't know.
Come on, you know the power of Astra Academy, right? They're not going to give up that player just like that.
I know, but it's somehow I've seen so many crazy saves taking place here. I love this play from Action, though. Exoda's been taken down. Yeah, you're right. He's not going to survive. I wanted to believe, man. Admiral, he just takes a U-turn. He spots Action. He's like, nope, I'm getting the hell out of there. And Sam, well, unfortunately, he will meet an early end on Miramar. 2 players down there for the side of ReaperX. I love how Admiral just takes an immediate U-turn. It's like, nope, sorry, fam, I'm out of here. And Sam, OP, and Exodia, 2 heavy hitters for ReaperX, will be eliminated early on by Astra Academy. We have APES once more all the way smack center of the circle, and haven't really encountered anyone yet so far.
But looks like, Nightmare, look at that. Unity, Nightmare, they're still out in the blue. I don't know what they are doing. Maybe they're thinking of playing with the edges of the circle, but that's not going to work out. You have to be really, really careful with what entering, because Firepower could be giving them a lot more trouble. Also by Team Epic Gaming. And they're really close to that eastern side of the map, and they will definitely be gatekeeping those players like Unity Esports and Team Nightmare as well. So the circle is closing in. These guys, they're just chilling out in their vehicle, which is good. And lots of rotation are being made. We don't have anybody towards the southern side of the map so far. Maybe because they want to go dead center, they want to capture that compound, dead center of the Miramar here, and try to hold on to that place as long as they can, because that's where that is where players are going to be going towards, because the cycle, nobody knows where it's going to go, so it's better to go dead center. It doesn't matter where the cycle goes, we'll go to the exact center of that play zone. So that's what they are thinking. And look at that. If we have a map here, we'll be able to see, lots of teams gathering around that center location of the circle. There is a drop nearby, though. Nobody's going to take care of that drop. And the northeastern side of the map, as we talk about, look at that. So many players focused on that dead center portion of the circle here with the Miramar. And Nightmare still outside. They're just trying to play some more safe games, trying to grab some more placement points for them. But as we said, APES and Astra, they've been killing a lot. They've been they kind of found that balance that we were talking about, that consistency, those balance with the kill points and the placement points. So Nightmare, it's definitely not going to be enough for the teams like who plays more safe game rather than taking the risk fighting with the opponents. So yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult for them. Meanwhile, we have lots of teams, as you can see, play. It's going to be haywire. It's going to be chaos in the next circle.
Yeah, indeed it will. And yeah, I mean, you totally understand why teams would like to play the center of the circle, right? It's just playing the odds, just playing the mathematical game. But as you did correctly point out, the next circle could spell quite troublesome. I personally would love to see the next circle towards Power Grid or towards Picado, because that could force a lot of these teams to relocate from where they are at the moment. And in the next 10 seconds or so, we're going to be finding out what's going to be taking place. A few exchanges taking place as well at the same time. WTC, they have a bit of some cover. Smoke will be deployed anyway, because they don't really want to give any openings to their opponents. That is, of course, 10 Shade, who had a pretty decent game earlier, but they'd be looking to have, a pop-off game, a big chicken dinner game for them to start climbing up. But Gozza, Lackey spots out Hershey. Riley will fall as well. This is not looking good. 10 Shade, I seem to have jinxed them. Smokes have to be deployed, but Riley might just be finished off here. There's not much cover, but the smokes get deployed right in the nick of time. But Cage has to leg it. Falcon needs to provide some covering fire. I don't think Falcon's going to risk going over the edge. Almost gets taken down. And he's got to be careful because WTC is nearby as well. And WTC would be looking to jump on into this fight and steal a few kills away. And look at Sad Boy. Look at the aggression here. They're going to push on up. They're going to try and find Cage and Riley before the res really takes place. And Sad Boy can sniff his prey. Nate sails on in. Cage will be dropped. And this is going very, very alright for the side of 10 Shade. You notice another player as well in the smoke. And one player remains standing. It's Falcon from above. He's got to hold the line. He's got to do it all for his team. And it's not going to happen. Gozza are going to run over, just roll over their opponents. And 10 Shade will be eliminated with a big fat 0 points to their name, as Lion seems to be out in the open as well. Let's take a look very quickly now, ladies and gentlemen, at the circle, as we can see which way these teams will be gravitating towards. And right now we can see a bit of a migration here, and nothing too drastic, actually. It seems to have collapsed on itself here, Clash. Kind of just like a concentric circle.
Of course, and the circle is definitely going to close in again. It's going to go smaller and smaller. And look at that. We only have 2 or 3 teams toward the northern side of the play zone. Everybody down below, they are going to fight for the next play zone. That is what we know. And, the previous fight, W2C, I think they stopped their vehicle just in case they could steal some kills, just in case they could do some third-party action. But unfortunately, they just lost a player from WC KTM. They got third-partied instead. So that's a bit of a disadvantage so far for Team W2C, but they have made it inside the circle, which is good. GozzaEsports, as you can see, lots of teams are rotating towards the south side of the map. But I've been telling this time and again, if the map is Miramar, if you want to rotate towards the safest position after third or fourth phase of the game, always go northern side of the Miramar. It's always clear, no matter what game it is.
Indeed it is. And I'm sure a few of these teams are cognizant of that fact as well. Sujin?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. North side of the Miramar is always clear. Nobody wants to go there.
I guess
after the third or fourth phase of the game.
I guess it's also because of the terrain. Maybe I feel it's more open compared to other parts of the map where there are more compounds. Not just compounds, but you can see like more hills and ridges and whatnot, right? And if you look at the northern side, I feel it's a little bit more out in the open, where if luck doesn't go your way or if the circle doesn't favor you, you can be in a bit of a rough spot here. But right now, we still have 14 teams in the running. It's kind of crazy. Apart from ReaperX, WTC, and Arco, no one's lost any members yet, right? And even for WTC, it's only Lion they've lost, Arco being the only casualty for Nightmare. Sure, we've lost TS and NepalEsports, but that's a nice shot coming in from Mufasa. Mufasa with that Car 98, a force to be reckoned with. He's going to try and finish off the job, is he though? Jox999 is pushing on in, trying to steal that kill away from... Bro, I can get a free kill there.
What? You didn't see him?
He saw him, right?
He was standing with him. Right there. He's right there. Oh my god, what is going on?
He should know.
Jokes, yeah.
Oh, this is a messy fight. Dexter's just bleeding out in the house, and it's like, what is even going on, guys? Like, there are two teams fighting around him, and none of his teammates are nearby. Not a single player is nearby. Nade's going to be tossed on in. Meantime, Gozza is taking some damage from the blue. I'm still wondering where they are. The Molotov is going to be it for Jox. Yeah, he's going to be knocked on down here. It's off topic, and 720 FTW have a lot of work to do. Dexter, meantime, still bleeding on out. Mufasa, he is aware there was a player inside. He knows there was a knock, and he knows it was a player from Nightmare, and there we go. Mufasa will find his prey. Off topic now, trying to take the fight against Mufasa, but Mufasa is going to get the knock there. Actually, I do believe it was Chaser, his teammate. Actually, yeah, it was Chaser from outside. That's Nightmare jumping on in from outside. Another team has joined the fray here. Mufasa is going to be pushing in for the kill. He has taken a bit of damage. He's going to try and find a different angle. 720 has to do so much of work trying to keep the players at bay. Only one player remaining standing here for the side of WC KTM, and they will be eliminated by NAIKON. A brilliant push coming on in. And just one kill for WC KTM, as GozzaEsports in the meantime, they seem to have just died to the zone. What is going on with Gozza?
So it looks like every single team from Nepal, they've been eliminated here in the Miramar. But, it's good. That was a really good push by the teams in that compound. NAIKON really doing good job there with those nades and the Molotovs. And I wonder if Dexter was laughing, because... he was right there. Oh, he didn't see me. He must be laughing there because he wasn't spotted. Meanwhile, we have a fight going on between W2C and Victor Gaming. Only one will come out alive from this battle. And what is going on here, Blake? Look at that.
Not looking good for Victor Gaming, and it looks like victory is starting to taste a bit like defeat here if they don't play this one right. A couple of players bleeding out is going to be Benoris, who is on its knees alongside Scream and Damage, and Warzone have a lot of work to do, and Warzone's down to just 40 points of health. The nade's going to come on in. Benoris will be finished off, and things are not looking good at all for the side of VG. Warzone taking a lot of damage as well, trying his desperate best to keep the enemy at bay, but WTC, they're pushing on in, they're going in for the kill. Damage is gonna try and get a knock. We will indeed, but for how long can he survive? For how long can he stave off the inevitable? It looks like, it doesn't look like for long. Opti will however be taken down, and somehow VG, Victor Gaming, They somehow manage to survive the battle, and not just survive, they also get the team wipe. The Hunters have been eliminated, and Victor Gaming, they do indeed live up to the name. WayToConqueror, well, they don't conquer anything. They just get one kill, and they will be eliminated, as we're down now to the final 10 teams left in the safe zone, and 36 players still very much alive. And APES, here they are.
APES, they've only got one kill so far, but looks like they're hungry for some more. NAIKON, they're still holding on to the same place where they fought before with a WC KTM Rage, and it looks like Team APES, they want to enter. They want that compound. Maybe not. It's not even inside the circle. Maybe they were just trying to get some information from that compound. But Astra Academy on the other side, this is what I'm talking about. It's going to be completely chaotic battle to enter the circle. 20 minutes in the game. Look at that. Every teams are fighting in every single direction.
Everybody's fighting in every single direction indeed. NAIKON now with 7 points to the name. They have all 4 players alive as well. So NAIKON, this is a great opportunity for them to try to claw their way up the overall standings. APES taking a bit of damage. Well, not really taking any damage, but a few bullets passing his head, as 9 will blow up his own vehicle to provide a little bit of cover for his backside, and also to ensure that he doesn't get shot from behind. In the meantime, a long distance spray coming in from Blake with the Scar, and he's gonna get a free kill onto Boo. Calming it down, a bit of burst fire as well. Mondo trying his best to stay alive behind the smoke. The players are dropping like flies by the wayside. 5 power now down to just 2 members, although they do have 8 points to work with. The shots will ring on out, but it won't quite land. Casper in the meantime taking a fight with the side of Epic, and 5 power, they're coming under a lot of damage here, and White will be finished off, the top frag from the previous game, or the previous couple of games rather. He's down on his knees, and NAIKON battling against APES and Suncheer with some well-placed nades. The second aid coming from Chaser, almost finds Suncheer. White should be finished off here, and I think he's calling for it. He's telling his teammates to just let him be and escape and find themselves a better position to work with as APES. They should be down to just 3 members very, very quickly, but White's still alive, still kicking, still clinging on to dear life, and APES, they're like, no, bud, we're not going to just let you die there. We're not going to just give up without a fight. Hustler's going to find 9, NAIKON. One by one, the players start to fall, and they should be wary. The longer they fight over here, there are going to be players coming in from behind and joining the fray, and that is not something they want to be a part of. Sanchez is going to appear around the corner. He's going to find one. Can he find a second kill? It looks like he can't, as he will be dropped by another player. And this battle of attrition is looking rough indeed. Chaser behind the vehicle, trying to get the res, but Kanex spraying in through the smoke, and the APES are once more going to come out on top. Once more, they send NAIKON kicking out of the server, and they will still keep all 4 players alive. I don't know how they do it, but they do it once more.
That was so APES, you know. I thought Kanek was not going to make it, but those smokes really helped him out. They teamwork. That was really amazing. Now APES, they're going to have to fight with Team Piper again in the same spot. It looked like Team APES, they've got every single player alive, and they're kicking, which is good. Oh, PlayZone taking some more players from Team 5 Power. Yeah, this is the place, you know, team where NAIKON got eliminated. Really well played by Team APES, and 5 kills, still alive, which is good for Team APES. And the circle is really far away from APES. Now they have to get a vehicle, move around, and they have to enter the circle as well. Meanwhile, Team Pain, I don't know what they were doing. Team APES, they must have found that they must have seen Team Pain right ahead of him when they were trying to loot those crates. It's not looking good. 6 circle is about to close in.
They need to move. The terrain will provide a little bit of cover for all these teams to work with. The APE, they're playing this one a bit spread out, right? They're moving in while taking shots at Pain, and Pain, they're bleeding out. They're taking a ton of damage from the side of APES, and APES moving like a well-knit pack. They're moving in deeper into the safe zone. Again, these 2 teams are not inside of the play zone at the moment, so they need to push on in, and then they need to take a fight against these teams who are kind of well entrenched inside of the circle. Pain rattling off blindly, not quite able to land the shots. Hustler's going to finish off Doggy, and I believe that should be it for Pain. There you have it. Another team getting knocked out, getting eliminated. Pain will hit the ground, and APES, they are on a rampage once more. And looking at the position they find themselves in, they are just pushing on into the circle and joining a fray where 3 teams are battling it out. And APES are in a pretty good spot here, if you ask me. Sure, they don't have the compound clash, but they do have that high ground advantage.
Yeah, they have the high ground advantage, but you know, Victor Gaming, they should be really aware of that players towards that smoke, and that's what Kanek is doing. They should definitely clear those paths, because Victor Gaming could be huge trouble for APES. No, Warzone is not going to make it. He's just trying to get some kills. Nope, more damage. That's all the cats. That smoke is going to cover the pathway. APES, however, they did really well eliminating Team Pain Gaming to the right, because they could have been really, really troublesome for Team APES if they had left them alive in the battlefield there. But Team APES, despite being high ground, they are going to be,
That nade could be brutal. That nade from Nonstop. He knows he's got a knock. He's going to try and calculate a trajectory. I don't think it's gonna land. Oh, it does! It does! That's perfectly placed! Kobe would be so proud. Hustler taking a bit of damage as well, and that is going to be the first casualty, the first real casualty for the side of APES. So yes, they do have the high ground advantage, as you pointed out, but they're not necessarily very, very comfortable here. Nades don't have to follow a straight line. It can be lobbed over. It can follow a parabolic path and make life miserable here. For 2A, though, they're downhill. They have the compound still to work with. And this circle, apart from a member of Astra Academy, I don't think anyone else is inside of the safe zone, inside of the play zone, the next play zone. That's going to make life a little miserable. And now APES looking to make life even more miserable for P7. They're like, all right, you tossing a nade? Well, here's our turn now. Tossing in a couple of nades. It's going to be cooked a little too much, though, and because of that, no damage being dealt here. A bit of a stalemate, a bit of a battle of attrition between PeaklySeven and APES for the time being. ReaperX, in the meantime, trying to sneakily stay alive for as long as possible, but Pika is making sure that VG are not going to escape unscathed, and Victor Gaming gets eliminated in the 5th place with 2 kills to their name.
APES trying to control this battlefield from the higher ground. Looks like PeaklySeven is going to be in huge trouble. That smoke is really, really amazing. But Astra Academy, on the other hand, they just left their comfort zone. They came up to eliminate the players on the higher hill there. APES in huge trouble. Action. Is he going to throw? Oh, there's a Molotov, by the way. Hustler goes down.
He does go down indeed, but in the meantime, Sancho is going to find a knock. He's somehow still alive. Somehow still alive in the smoke. P7 trying their desperate best to trade their teammate White still above. Sancho is still there, but White will be knocked down by Pika with a perfectly placed nade. And like you pointed out, Clash. Astra Academy, they're like, screw this. We're going to go in for the push, and they push on against the APES. And it looks like they're going to be coming out on top. Sancho's going to be the last man standing, and he is getting bullied. He is getting harassed by the utility, and the nade's going to finish him off. It's going to be PeaklySeven coming out on top. They're going to take out APES, and now down to the final 3 teams. 9 left alive in the server sneak. He's going to be taking quite a bit of damage from Astra Academy, who just have 5 kills to the name, and they'll be looking to up their tally. APES will be eliminated, still gets 10 kills, though. And now, PeaklySeven, Astra Academy, and ReaperX left alive, left in the running in the circle.
And Astra Academy, the only team with 4 players left, and that was so brutal, for the Team APES. Every single team is PeaklySeven, Astra Academy. I believe a couple of nades were from Team Reaper as well. That was so unfortunate for the team. And Astra Academy, they have the higher ground now. They are inside the circle as well. Spots PeaklySeven. This is not looking good for the teams out there, because one of the players from Team Reaper is going to be taken out of the play zone. And Astra Academy looks like they're going to go for that chicken dinner here.
Well, it looks like they are in there indeed well poised to close this one out. Sneak's going to fall. Sneak's going to be finished off. It's all on Reaper. He's left alone. It's Admiral 1v4. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a battleship, and he doesn't have any of his seamen nearby, any of his sailors nearby to help him out. And Admiral, well, he might be the king of the seas, but unfortunately, Miramar water is hard to find. Astra Academy, 24 points. They continue to solidify the first place.
Well, this 24 points is definitely going to be a huge one for Astra Academy. Starting from 95 plus 24. I'm really bad at math.
I'm bad at
Anyways,
math as well. Let's not do addition. Let's rely on production to give us the results. We can take a look at the MVP, though. Any particular players, any plays that stood out for you? Of course, it's Connect. How many MVPs do APES have right now? It's getting dumb at the moment. It's getting stupid. Just give all the MVPs to these guys. Even if they don't get a chicken dinner, it's ridiculous how consistently ruthless they are when it comes to the fragging department, Clash.
Yeah, almost 7 out of 10 times they are in the MVP list and also in the top players list here. So that is so APES, I don't want to say anything. That is so APES. And look at that.
Monkey-like indeed. Top 3, Action, Hustler, Canic. Oh my lord. 12 kills between the 3 of them. We have Mufasa from NAIKON, who will make an appearance. NAIKON actually having a pretty solid game as well. Astra Academy, what a play from Action though, right? He knew APES were above. They had the the higher ground advantage, and he pushed in all alone. He was able to join into the fray when Apes were having to fight P7 at the same time. So Action coming in at the perfect timing there and making life miserable for the side of the Apes. We have a quick look, a quick gander at the match summary. Highest number of kills for Action. Top with the highest amount of damage. Cannon with the longest distance kill. 216 meters isn't too long for a map like Miramar. And we have, of course, Kanik and Hustler. It's basically it's a 2A and Apes show all over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the match standings, though. And Clash, take me through this.
Well, Astra Academy with a chicken dinner and 9 kills, not bad for them. But Apes, they played well, you know. They took out players to their right, to their left. NAIKON, Pain Gaming, they eliminated everybody. 10 kills to their name, 18 points, not bad, not bad. They're just closing their gap with Astra Academy in that top 2 position. We have Reaper with 13 points, PeaklySeven with 12 points. You know, PeaklySeven, they are the team who's been really consistent. They don't really care about the kill points. They just focused on those placement points. That's what we can see here in this game as well. They tried to survive as long as they could, but unfortunately the higher ground advantage was there for Team Astra Academy and also for Team Apes, and Astra did really well there.
Pretty high fragging game for a number of these teams, though, right? They got a lot of kill points, but that means a lot of the teams at the bottom of the table here didn't really get any opportunities to get too many kills, which is unfortunate. Apes have once more they've won the building challenge. They've got the highest number of damage there. Astra Academy coming in second on 1900 points of damage, and a third. A bit of a distant third is going to be NAIKON in the third place when it comes to the damage. But now let's take a look very quickly now at what everyone's been waiting for. Let's take a look at the overall rankings. Astra Academy and Apes Incorporated both cracking the top 100 mark. Astra Academy have also got 3 chicken dinners. No one's got even 2, and Astra's got 3 chicken dinners across 7 games. That's almost half of them. That's kind of nuts if you think about it. Apes, though, second place. PeaklySeven still in third position, trailing only by 9. They continue to be consistent. One big good game from them, and they could potentially surpass both Astra Academy and Apes Incorporated. Fourth is ReaperX, still a chance of making it here, a chance of making the way to the top 2. And of course, we have NAIKON in the 5th place, Victor Gaming, Epic Gaming, and Pain Gaming to close out the top 8. Taking a look at the second page, anyone which you want to talk about, Clash?
Nightmare. That was a nightmare for the team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 7 games in and you have 9 points. That's
yeah. That's really they're still there with 1 single digit in their name, and that's really bad. KTM 14 point. They did something good, but it's quite not enough. NepalEsports, they fell. I think they jumped down from 9th to 14th place. And that's a huge fall down for the team as well. So, as we said, you know, it's not just about the prize pool. It's not just about the title itself. It's about that top 2 position, which will allow these teams to play in the next regional stage. So, it seems like Team Astra Academy and Team Apes, they're just pulling off from the rest of the teams here. They're just pulling off.
They indeed seem to be pulling away from the rest of the teams, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, you want to see it be a little bit more competitive. It could happen. We still have PeaklySeven. We have teams like NAIKON who could potentially make things very interesting indeed. But we're not going to be wasting much more of your time. We're going to be taking a very quick look at the head-to-head between Astra Academy and Apes Incorporated. Apes Incorporated, way more damage being dealt, way more damage being received as well. And just 5 more kills. Kills-wise, it's been very even, Stevens. The difference being the chicken dinners, right? Astra Academy with 3 chicken dinners out of the 7 games they've played so far, while Apes Incorporated have only had their teeth sunk into 1 chicken dinner. Now, will the trend continue? Will it be the Astra Academy Apes show or not? We're going to be finding out as we will be jumping into Erangel, but that is coming up after a very short break.
get it.
Welcome back, everyone, to more action here as we do enter the final game of Day 2 of PMCO Spring Split Wildcard 2021. My name is Blair, and joining me, as usual, is going to be ClashBot47. We witnessed Astra Academy and APES just kind of make mincemeat of the opposition. Will it continue? Time will tell as we jump into Erangel. It's going to be a bit of a different playing path, one we have seen, I do believe, at least once during the group stage clash, starting all the way right over military base and ending towards Stalber. This could get interesting. especially if we have a bit of a switch up in the way the teams drop. Reaper is going to be dropping towards military base. That's a usual drop location. We should see Astra Academy towards Novo, School, or maybe Pochinki for Apes. But apart from that, anything which you think might be different here?
Well, it looks like, we've seen so many teams jumped off the airplane right away. It looks like they're ready to do some kind of breach camp or something, because Astra Academy, they know Astra Academy is going to go to the Novo Repnoi. Reaper, they're going to go to the military island. But the rest of the teams who is currently there, that's the WC, KTM, 5 Power, I think they will be looting somewhere around the ferry pier and come back for some breach camp action. That could be their strategy for these games. And as you said, I think we've seen this plan path once, and despite the fact that we played so many Erangels here, this is the, I think, second time or third time. I cannot even remember. Just forget about that. It's actually a unique plan path, and look at that. The circle is definitely going to favor the northern side, the northern island of the map here, and lots of teams are going to find that that spot, that play zone are really harsh for these teams. Because, come on, you have to find a vehicle. Teams like 5 Power, teams like WC KTM, who usually goes towards the hospital, Georgeable containers, Georgeable apartments sometimes around the Zarki as well, they are going to find some trouble to go all the way up there just by flying. They have to find a vehicle. And meanwhile, I guess Team WC KTM, they must have jumped along with Team 5 Power down here in the ferry pier. Maybe they're just trying to, get a couple of weapons before they can go all the way up towards their regular drop location, but that is not going to be an easy task for these teams, since they will have to battle out for those weapons itself.
They will indeed have to fight for the weapons. The question is, what weapons does Vino have? It's been spotted out. Unfortunately, the way this window is angled is not going to be favorable. They just got to push. Oh, he's pushing in with a fist. What a lunatic, Sujin. You madman. I love you. He runs in with his fists as the bait for his teammates to finish off the player. And that's going to be 5 Power early casualty. Mondo is looking to get some vengeance. He does have Boo in the distance, congregating towards his position as well.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea, though.
I agree. I don't think it's worth it, right? Yeah, you lost a teammate. That's unfortunate, but you still have 3 alive. You can still try and recoup, just try and make up for it. But Scooby and that buggy is making a lot of noise as well. So 5 Power are announcing their intentions. They're announcing where they are. And this could be bait. They're making a lot of noise here, but look at where Boo is. He's coming in from behind WCK. Free shot, free knock, should be a free kill.
The nade as well. Okay, 5 Power. Looks like they're simply surrounding WC KTM from each and every direction. There is no way out for those teams. And also, they haven't had proper loot in their backpack. This is so early. This is not looking good for Team WC KTM here. Zox, however, I think he's just swimming on the water. Okay, that's interesting.
Maybe
5 Power, look at that, 2 players.
Maybe he's trying to outflank the 2 players from 5 Power, but Mondo from above, they're gonna get a kill. Scooby does manage to get a knock though. And 5 Power really looking to get vengeance for the fallen comrade. And 720 FTW on his knees, zigzagging. If player comes running towards off topic. Off topic isn't a great angle. Oh, almost gets tagged. He's done for. There's no way he's going to survive this duel. And there we go. I thought he got the knock there. That switch into POV confused me for a second. But it looks like 5 Power. Well, I agree with you. I don't think it was a fight they should have taken, but they still take it, and it still come out on top.
Of course, that was a well thought, well planned. Pushed by Team 5 Power. WC KTM, they had nowhere to go. They tried their best. They also didn't have any kind of weapons with them. But look at these teams. They are so aggressive now. Maybe they know that they've come to an end, and Team Epic Gaming, they're gonna fight with Team Nightmare. Oh,
Domi getting shot from Nazi from across the road. He wasn't aware of Nazi's position. I'm not really sure what Domi was thinking there. He's all alone. He's got his teammates nearby, but no one in the vicinity to go for an immediate trade or maybe try and at least help him out with the res, perhaps. So, not looking good right now for Domi. And Sunny is making a move, but he is heading in the opposite direction of where Domi is. With Beams already down in his grave, I guess it's the right call to make. And Epic will stay alive, but only 2 players, as Scream from VG keeping an eye out. He knows there are a couple of players nearby as a battle for these cliff cabins, these cliff houses. And Damage trying to go for the jumping spot, trying to get a hit, kind of get an eye as to where Saxy is. The push is going to be coming on in. Winner is. Should be careful. Someone inside, and it is Saxy, and he will be spotted out and taken down to his knees. Can the trade take place, though? Doggy's nearby.
Pain. They are actually trying to surround the compound at least to get those kills from Vengeance, Victory Gaming. I don't know why I keep saying Vengeance. So Warzone is right there.
Play?
That's
Did he just burn his teammate? It looks like he did, and well, he does manage to make up for it with getting a knock, but it's not looking good. Blake and Doggy make that all on Blake, standing alone, 1v4. For how long can he survive? Scream playing this one smart. He doesn't need to face. He doesn't need to face, and he shouldn't be facing, because 2 of his teammates are down on the ground as well. Binner is in Scream, facing off against Blake, and Blake in a 1v2. What can he do? He's going to find another knock here. It's a 1v1. Scream pushing on in. Blake trying his best to stay alive. Scream having to switch weapons. He's trying to find the knock, and he will get the wipe at the end, coming down to the 1v1. But Victor Gaming, they will survive. And Scream being the hero of the hour, that got too close for comfort. And Pain will be eliminated.
Yeah, that's something, that is the pressure. We can see the pressure building up between these teams, right? They know they need those kills. They know they need to pick some early fights as well. And that is what they are doing. It seems Vengeance, they got, I don't want to say lucky, because they are good, right? Pain Gaming as well, they're so good at the games. But close range combat, you never know who's going to win. Sometimes it's the other person who clutches it. Sometimes it's you yourself. So you have to be careful. But meanwhile, Vengeance, they're still looking good. Pain Gaming, they got eliminated. Scream still making sure that nobody rushes into this compound, because none of their teammates are, well, they pretty much damaged their health. So they need some time to be back on their proper feet. However, the cycle is going to close in anytime soon. Astra Academy, they will be moving. I don't know where they are going to go, but if they try to follow the Noble Ripno Breeze, they should be engaging in a battle with Team NepalEsports anytime soon. Reaper, that's taking time, and we have lots of teams around near the Pochinki. And Team APES, they're still following the same pattern we've seen before. They looted the Pochinki. They're up towards that, southern heel of the Pochinki as well. Mm-hmm. And looks like they're not afraid of the situation where they lost a player in the previous game.
Yeah, and that was a game where they had one player push up alone, right? I think it was Sanchi or Kanik, I forget.
Yeah.
And this time, I'm sure when they went for the push, they would have gone for it together, right? Not sending a player all alone. So even if there is a team waiting for them, they were going to be able to trade immediately. Taking a look at the circle, though, we should be seeing a big shift very quickly. Astra Academy still in the blue. They're taking this sweet time to come in from the beach, from the eastern island, eastern bridge rather, as we see a Grozza being dropped. Do you like the Grozza?
Of course, it's a good weapon to use in close range battle. It's beast.
Do you prefer it over the AUG, over the AUG?
I do, because it's a heavy mag, 7.62. What about you?
True. Deals crazy. I like the AWM. That's all I want.
Oh, you don't want any other weapons?
I don't need no other weapons. Okay, fine. I'll probably take an M4. I used to, when I used to play, I used to love the M4 a lot. So the M4 and a Car 98 is my usual pick. Although, if given an AWM, I would happily drop the Car 98 for the ARM. But let's take a look here. A bit of a skirmish breaking out. PeaklySeven currently placed third. An early exit here for them would be very, very expensive indeed. At the end of day 2, they want to make sure they're close to, as possible, Astra Academy and APES. They want to be as neck to neck with them as possible. And right now, they might be in the process of getting sandwiched, because you can see GozzaEsports getting in their position up north. So PeaklySeven, they have a bit of a battle. And one thing we know about PeaklySeven, they are not a team who generally goes for the fights, right? They're a team who plays for the placement points. And there we go. P7 and Gozza, they're trading blows. Couple of knocks taking place, couple of knocks for the side of PeaklySeven. Gozza, 2 players are down for the moment. But Sneak for the side of PeaklySeven is on his knees as well. So P7, they spread a little bit thin, and it's not much cover across this area. It's kind of just a couple of trees, a few vehicles, and is struggling to find a knock. As I say that, Sneak still bleeding on out, so they need to just push on in and help their teammate out, and it looks like that is going to be taking place. Where is Sneak?
He's not there. He's not there.
Where is Sneak? Production, observers, help me out here.
He's close.
Nasty's,
he's close.
He's close by. Yeah, but I can't see him on the map for some weird reason. Anyway, we can get back to it later on. Astra Academy Action is living out his Hollywood action movie dreams. Is driving on past VG. The bullets won't quite find him. Almost barely alive, and the explosion will catch him. That's what happens when you play with fire. Sometimes it burns you. He does manage to deploy the smoke in the nick of time, so a res could be on the cards here. But as he creeps on away, the smoke, it's not going to provide much cover. He's in a very rough spot. And Scry, they can push in. They can deploy a few smokes and go in for this res, but it's going to be easy pickings for VG if they continue to stick on around, taking pot shots at the side of Astra Academy. There we go. Sneaks back up. They found him. They found him, Clash. And they're going to go for the res. Look at how bereft of any beings it is up north of the circle. Like, the majority of the circle is pretty much empty, apart from the center and just south of Pachinki. And that means Gozza, P7, NAIKON, Unity, and 5 Power, they won't really be facing off against anyone anytime soon. But if you look at the eastern side, southeastern side of the island, it's complete chaos here. Action will be finished off. Pika on the floor, barely any cover, and VG are having a grand old time taking shots. But look at a circle shift. Look at that circle shift. And if you take a look at APES, they are so proactive, Clash. They don't waste any time. Immediately on the move, not even staying around for any fight.
Yeah, because they're so close to that leaderboard, 15 points difference between Astra Academy and APES. They don't want to lose. They don't want to mess up any single game. That's the reason. And the blue, they know the blue is going to give them hell of a damage. And Astra Academy, they are currently pinned down by Team Victor Gaming. I don't think they're going to leave those players just like that, unnoticed. They should be aware of that situation as well. Epic Gaming, however, if they try to pull off the fight with Victor Gaming, that would be a really good advantage for Team Astra Academy to leave that place. And as you said, APES, they're already on the move. They're ready to enter the cycle, but there will be not one team who is currently inside the cycle. There will be more than Nightmare. Look at that. They're just driving really fast, trying to get that compound for themselves. Also, Team Tenchit joins in the party. They have 2 compounds to fight onto, and Team APES, they're going to hold on to that place at little.
Well, he's done for. He runs on in, and the 3 players ready and waiting. It's a firing squad, and I look. I don't like being too critical because I'm not as well versed or even close to being as good as any one of the players here in the game. But I have my questions about the way Nightmare is approaching this game. Right? They have been playing very weird, very different. Everyone's spread thin. No one's sticking together. I don't know if it's their survival strategy or whatever, but it's not working out. And at one point, you must realize, guys, it's not working out. So they need to adapt. APES are going to go running on into its 5 power. What is going on? Scooby with the knock. White has to take a fight on multiple fronts, and Hustler will be finished off. APES caught out of position, maybe getting a little too overeager there. The nade could be good. No, it's not. The second nade, the reply nade from 5 power though. Bang, bang. Thank you, man. White on his knees, and there's nothing Sanhok can do from the distance. They do have a little bit of cover of the hay bales and the rock, but they will have to just sit by idly while the teammates will fall by the wayside. APES meeting the match in the form of 5 power.
And that's a really good place for Team Firepower to hold on to. You know, there's no way they are going to be third party from any direction, because there's a small pit down there which will provide them some cover. But W2C KTM, they have the arrest. They can see those players from up here. Looks like they are going to be controlling the western side of the map from this place, because Nightmare, as you say, they've been moving around really in a unknowingly, we can say that. And Dexter is going to fall off again. Oh my goodness, not looking good for Nightmare.
Not looking good for Epic Gaming either. They will be eliminated. 0 points to the name. Apes, for the time being, have found that story building. Oh, never mind. Nightmare. They're going to get a res. They finally get a res on one of their teammates. That's something which we rarely see from Nightmare, but they're still outside in a very uncomfortable spot. WTC, though, they need to climb downhill eventually. When did they go for it?
Yeah, the circle is not upon them. They have to do it now. And they have to clear the pathway right ahead of them as well, because the circle is small. It's the fourth circle, 16 minutes in the game, and 46th player. It's going to be really hard for the circle itself to fit in those 46 player inside of it. So, you know, some of the teams, they have to be eliminated here. And the question is, who's going to be here?
Who indeed? That is the question on everyone's lips. As Hypes is going to find Bunny. As Nightmare's pain continues. You know, trades back and forth. Ten Shade taking the fight with PeaklySeven. Apes. What did they do?
Actually, no, I love the fact that Apes just backed off from the battle between with the Firepower there. That's a really good move by them, you know, because Kanik and White, they were taken down. I'm sorry, White was taken down there with Nate, and Sanchir and Kanik just fall back. Looks like PeaklySeven are going to have some company. Oh, Reaper. Nope,
no, this is not looking good. Yeah, it's not looking good at all. Sneak with the long range by AP Bison spray is going to find Spursh. They do have a bit of cover though, but Spursh out in the open. And Sneaks is using every one of his bullets, peppering the fallen player with his subsonic bullets. They're not even bothering going in for the rest towards Casper. And honestly, I don't think it's worth it, right? They have to go on downhill, and Apes, they have the position of those houses to work with. So I guess it's really not worth going for the res here for the side of PeaklySeven for the fallen comrade. But that's going to leave PeaklySeven with just Sneak and Nonstop to battle it for the end game here. You see the circle closing on in. And Dexter with Bercy still both of them alive. Finally, some teamwork coming out from Nightmare, and that is something that brings joy to my soul. Pretty happy for them. WTC, all 4 players clustered together next to the rock, along with their the vehicles over there. Boo and Scooby from Firepower next to each other. You can see Gozza struggle and Lackey in the distance with the blue right behind their back. Circle, the blue is definitely slowly but surely moving on in, and eventually there has to be a mass migration. The question is, Clash, where?
Well, you know, this is a beautiful terrain down here. I think they want to have this place from Firepower. Look at that, W2C, how close he is. Look at that. They're just sneaking up. It's really close. What? They cannot see them?
Now he knows. Now he knows. Boo knows. He saw the trajectory of that Molotov. He should be aware of taking damage. And Boo sees him in the grass, and he's going to finish him off. That's a free kill for Boo. And WTC now realize there is a team nearby, a team in the vicinity, which can make life quite miserable indeed. Nightmare are actually in a pretty good spot here, unless the circle shifts, and it shifts. Now, no one's in a good spot. Can we take a look at the circle real quickly, production? I want to see where Apes are right now. I think they're still outside of it. They have the compound, but looking at these rolling planes, NepalEsports, out of nowhere, smack in the center. Neighbors will be Firepower. Everyone else has some dangerous terrain to traverse, and it's not looking good at all for a couple of these teams. Kamikaze needs to find something. Dexter barely alive, barely standing on just 10 points of health, maybe 20. And is going to take his time to heal himself up. Is he going to go for the res as well is the question, right? And it looks like he will. That's going to give time for Kamikaze to res Lion. The Molotov or a nade could be deadly, but they will escape. And look at Kamikaze pushing on in. And that is going to be it. Nightmare will be eliminated. They stayed alive for so long, but they still get only 2 points. Eliminated in the 14th place. I feel like he should have gone for the fight in that scenario, but instead he went for the res, which is why WTC punishing him. Brave play coming in from the side of WTC to close out that battle.
Well played by WTC, but they have to move inside the circle now. Since it's closing, it's going to give them a lot more damage as well. I love the fact that 5 Power left that place really early and they are inside the circle. But Reaper, oh, that's going to cost them a lot, Team Apes. There's no way he's going to try to revive his teammate. Is he going to do that? Oh my goodness.
Of course he is.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Oh, he gets a knock as well. He gets a knock while going for the res. No, bro, your bro's dying, and I think they're gonna let it go. I think his teammate called it. He's like, yeah, it's okay. There's no way I'm gonna survive this. You do your best to stay alive. You have the vehicle to work with. Oh no, he doesn't. This is not possible. This is almost an impossible run for Sanhok to make. What he's trying to do here, though, he's trying to deal as much damage as possible to Reaper, and while they're being pinned down, he's going to use that opportunity to make a run for it. He can still do it. He's got the vehicle. He's going to drive on by. It's smoking as well. This is such a brave play coming in from Sanhok. Almost gets shot, but the nade comes in, and Admiral not even rattle of a shot, and Sanhok has pulled it off. He's pulled off the Great Escape. It's a miracle. It's like Houdini. You close your eyes and he disappears and he reappears in safety. And Sanhok, he has pulled off what I truly felt was impossible. As Reaper, they continue to be just harassed by everyone else in the server.
Incredible move by Sanhok, but he falls down by the hands of PeaklySeven.
He tried.
But that move was really, really incredible by Sanhok. I don't think he would have made it, but that was a good move by Apes. Now Apes goes down with, I believe, 0 points. That's gonna cost him a lot since Astra Academy is still alive in the game and kicking. And look at that, the circle still going smaller and smaller. 2 players, 2 teams still inside the circle, and everybody's focused on that one single building where Team NepalEsports is at. They're gonna be pinned from lots of directions. Look at that.
They will be pinned down indeed. And this is a glorious opportunity for PeaklySeven, right? To hop over Apes Incorporated and claim that second spot for themselves, right? At the end of day 2. And that is something that they're going to be really, really keeping an eye on. And Astra Academy, I do believe they're down to just 2 members as well. Scooby, spotting out a player. He's got a Car 98 to work with. Scoped on in, looking to find someone as NepalEsports are duking it out in the meantime. He's taking pot shots with the M for long-range shots, not really dealing any damage, but he is making Victor Gaming feeling a bit uncomfortable, and they will have to go for the evacuation. And that's the opportunity for everyone else to take shots at him, and it's going to be Top who's going to find Binariz in the vehicle. Binariz will be finished off by Top from Astra Academy. As we're going to be switching positions to Victor Gaming, they had to go for that very fast rotation with the vehicles, and someone managed to find themselves in pretty decent safety, but that nade could have just wiped out the team. Another nade could do it, but no, there's no follow-up nade right now. NepalEsports are content just hiding inside of the buildings.
You know, actually, this is the only building, and everybody knows that. They want to take control of that building. And meanwhile, NepalEsports, they're trying their best to hold on to these places with the help of smoke and a little bit of cover, but that is not going to be enough. As the circle is small, 25 players inside this small circle. I can only imagine what is going on, you know, the pressure these teams are having right now. That they have to fight in every single direction. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
They need to with a 360 degree of death and the damage pushing on in. They need to win this battle against NepalEsports. They need to push on up and try and get control of this compound, and they're doing a pretty good job. Promote will be dropped. WTC in the meantime taking a bit of damage as well. Scry has been spotted out. He's been spotted by Ashok between his slits. And with that, I believe Astra Academy are down to just the 1 member remaining. Scooby, aware there was Gozza nearby. 9 teams remain. Unity, WayToConqueror, Astra Academy, PeaklySeven, down to just a member. GozzaEsports with 2 alive, NAIKON with 2, and Victor Gaming are looking fantastic right now. 9 points to their name, and they have 3 alive and kicking. NepalEsports haven't got a single kill, but they haven't suffered a single death as well. And I say that, Ashok will open their account. He's going to get a kill. And with that, that is going to be WTC bidding us adieu for the day.
Of course, and they are also in a very beautiful position. And they know they have to push in Victor Gaming. They're trying their best, but it's definitely not going to be enough. And because Unity, they can see them from their right, and that's 5 power. If they try to rotate from the flank from the left and to enter the building, that's going to be 5 power, who could be giving them a lot more trouble as well. So Victor Gaming, there's nothing they can do. PeaklySeven non-stop, the last player. Before he goes out, he's going to take 1 kill to his name. Yes, he is going to do that. He falls as well by the play zone itself. So PeaklySeven eliminated 7 plays. Yeah,
7 points is pretty good. I think that gave him the top 2 spot, right? Because as you pointed out, Apes didn't get a single kill, and they got 0 points in the game, which is massive for PeaklySeven. They just might have stolen away the second position from Apes at the end of day 2 here, but that's something we can talk about a little bit later on. Astra Academy still in play. The kings of the hill, the kings of the jungle. And they have that 1 player still alive and kicking. The odds are heavily stacked against them as Iron almost spots out the player. That is No Mercy from Unity, who I do believe is the last player still standing here. But Iron, NepalEsports, they're in such a fantastic position to get this chicken dinner here, Clash. But the question is, can they?
They have to hold on to that compound if they want that chicken dinner, because they are the only team who's got 4 players alive so far in the game, and they have the compound, beautiful cover around them. All they have to do is hold on to that compound with their life. That's all they can do. And now we're down to 5 teams, 11 players alive in the battlefield. This next cycle is going to be really, really crucial for these teams here.
Promotes are doing a great job taking the fight to 5 power, and with that 5 power or no more, they do get 10 kills to the name. A high fragging affair from the side of the squad, though. And NepalEsports, like you said, they're surrounded. They're surrounded by multiple teams, and then Nate from top's going to finish off Warzone, and I do believe with that, he's going to get a double, in fact. 2A, 1 member left standing, and it's still going to come out on top. Chaser is going to get the knock, but a show with a quick trade, and just like that, the game is over. I don't even know what happened there, but it does, I do believe, NepalEsports, from 0 to hero, they get the chicken dinner at the very end. A low fragging affair, and with that, not only did they get a chicken dinner, they cracked the top 8. That's all they needed. 1 darn good game, 5 kills. They hold on to that compound at the end, Clash, and they get a deserved chicken dinner. I guess you're a little happy now, a Nepali team coming out on top.
Of course I am, of course. And NepalEsports, they played really well, you know. I believe nobody was eliminated by the end of the game as well. The chicken dinner, as we said, 1 game, 1 good game can change everything here. And NepalEsports climbing up to that top 8 position, they must be really proud of that thing.
They should be very proud indeed. We take a look at the MVP, and of course it is going to go the way of Mondo. He had only 4 kills. I say only because compare that to the amount of damage he dealt. That is just very, very unfortunate for Mondo. He wasn't able to get more. Let's see who else joins him in the top 4 when it comes to the fragging output, or like the top 4 players. He was clearly the best when it comes to just pure damage output. 2 ways top. He did a fantastic job staying alive for as long as possible there, even getting a double kill with a nade at the very end. We have Boo from 5 power as well with 4 kills. Scream from VG with 4 kills. Comparatively, kind of a low fragging game compared to some of the games we've seen earlier, like we saw White with 10 kills in game number 1. But overall, well done by everyone here. As you take a look now at the match rankings, NepalEsports coming out on top, get a chicken dinner, 20 points. First place, Victor Gaming with 10 kills. Tied for most number of kills with 5 power, although 2 points separate them because Victor Gaming did get eliminated later after 5 power did. NAIKON in 3rd place with 17. Astra Academy with 15. They're going to be okay with that. Not a bad showing at all. But if you look at PeaklySeven, 8 points, I think it's enough. I think it's enough to catapult them over the side of Apes Incorporated. Unity in the 7th place, and 10 Shade to close out position number 8. Take me through the second half of the table here.
All right, so we have WayToConqueror in the 9th place in the game. Gozza in with 3 points in the 10th place. Apes, however, they got 2 kills, but unfortunately they got eliminated way too early with only 2 points. They should be happy with those 2 points. And Nightmare with also 2 points. Same goes for Reaper, WC, KTM Rage, and Epic Gaming, Pin Gaming. Wow. They had to end the last game with 0 points. So that's kind of harsh for the teams. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And I'm kind of curious why Epic Gaming is not showing the game they've shown in the group stages. I don't know what they are holding back. But yeah.
Maybe nerves. Nerves can definitely play
Probably.
a factor, especially when it comes to so much being on the line. I mean, only 2 slots being up for grabs. 5 power, building their little skyscraper over there. Unfortunately for the Apes fans, they didn't do much today, but great work coming in from Victor Gaming. 5 power as well. NepalEsports, despite the fact they only had 5 kills in the chicken dinner, and they were surpassed by the likes of Victor Gaming at 5 power and even PeaklySeven. They did deal a lot of damage. Just unfortunate that they weren't able to convert a lot of those knocks to to kills, basically. We can take a look now at the overall standings. I do believe we have that ready, and there you have it. That's what everyone's been waiting for. Astra Academy, they further solidified their lead, and it's looking good for them, isn't it? 134 points. We have 2 more days remaining to be played. Apes, they hold on. They hold on to the second spot, but only by 3 points. And PeaklySeven are going to be like, we had a chance there. Apes had a rough game, and we could have jumped over them. But right now, the battle for the second spot between these 2 teams are really, really heating up. NAIKON, ReaperX, and Victor Gaming, there is a real chance for them to jump up and try and compete with the likes of Apes and PeaklySeven as well, right? Because all these 3 teams need, NAIKON, ReaperX, and Victor Gaming, is that one big pop-off game, a 30-point game, a 25-point game, while hoping at the same time that Apes or PeaklySeven, they just have an off game, right? And that could happen. That's PUBG Mobile. It is almost impossible for a team to consistently be on top of the leaderboards every single time. Even Apes, even Astra Academy, they have their off games. So they just need to make sure that they have their good games, while the top 2 or top 3 teams, they kind of stumble a little bit, yeah?
And yes, and we've seen Apes falling with only 2 points in the game, 0 point placement points, and that's something we can see here in the PUBG Mobile. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, so you should be careful. You just give your all, give out all you have. Try to get the chicken dinner, those placement points, and everything. That's going to help you a lot. So looking at the second page of the overall ranking, Epic Gaming with 46 points, 43 for WayToConqueror. It's pretty much the same for WC, KTM Rage, and Nightmare, but the fact is they have the 2-digit number, which is good for them, but still they haven't moved up, they haven't gone down, they're still sticking down below 15th and 16th place.
We take those, right? If you're them, you're kind of happy. You're like, all right, our chances of getting qualifying are very, very slim, almost non-existent. But let's take a look at the 2 teams right now who are competing for the coveted second spot, right? Apes Incorporated versus PeaklySeven, and it's very different. Even though their points are very similar, Clash, the way they're getting these points are very, very different.
Because they played different games. Apes, they play more aggressively. PeaklySeven, however, they are more focused on those placement points. So that's the only factor that's separating these teams. And look at the damage dealt by Apes. That's almost double the damage done by PeaklySeven, right? That's
yeah. And that's kind of crazy. Look at the kills as well.
Yeah.
Almost double the number of kills.
Double.
They have the same number of chicken dinners, but they have almost the same points. Meaning Apes, while they have their ups and downs, PeaklySeven, they don't really seem to have any downs. They don't seem to have a bad game. They have an above average game or a good game, right? They don't really have these pop-off 35-point games or something ridiculous like that. Let's take a look at the kill leaders, though, and see who did pop off so far in the playoffs. Top from Astra Academy alongside Action, 21 and 20 kills, and they're going to be joined by, surprise, surprise, White and Sanhok from Apes Incorporated. And this is pretty much the same thing we saw during the group stage as well. It was Astra Academy and Apes. These Mongolians, man, they're exciting to watch.
Of course, and I think these are the same teams as well from the group stages who got those. Yeah, so yeah, you don't mess up with Astra Academy, you don't mess up with Apes. That's the message they've been giving us. You don't mess with them.
That's the message they've been giving us. You don't mess with these guys. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we will have to bid you all a fond farewell as we close day number 2. We have now reached the halfway point here of the PMCO Spring Split Wildcard 2021. We are done with 8 games. We have 8 more games remaining to decide which 2 teams out of the 32 who have been playing the entirety of this tournament will be moving on to the next regional stage. Now, whether it's going to be 2A, Apes, or PeaklySeven, or maybe even someone else, we don't know. We're going to be finding out. But for that, do tune in once more bright and early. For everyone from us here the casters, myself, Blair, and of course ClashPod47 and production crew as well, we bid you a wonderful remaining rest of the day, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Let's get it.